And we're back.
Hey, fucking stole my line, you
Didn't
motherfucker.
you do this last week,
Nate.
too?
Yeah, I think a week before last.
Okay, yeah. New
Welcome
game.
back, everyone.
Except
I
for
glare at Benjamin to another episode of Crit Seekers. Fuck you guys.
We are slowly stealing the whole intro away
Yeah.
from you.
Eventually, you won't even do it, and the rest of us will.
Last week
It's
on
just
Crit
the intro.
Seekers,
Everything else is.
Oh, shit.
I was just going to mess with that.
Yeah, you're
actually.
good. You're good.
we saw the party.
I
go.
did not see the party. They don't exist.
Shit.
I mean, usual announcements. We'd thank everybody who we've worked with. I feel like if you're just tuning in, you'll listen to some of the other episodes and hear us talk about all of it. I don't want to beat a horse to death because I've said the names over and over and
Oh,
over.
I
I want to
don't
beat
think-
a warg to death.
I don't think that's the phrase.
Yes, it is now. That's the price. Thank you, everyone who has helped us along the way. We
Hashtag
appreciate
PETA.
you. No. Bad, Julian. So we will just jump into tonight's episodes. So the last we saw our party, you guys had made your way north of the Altean Confederation to the Gates of Respite, the walls separating the Confederation from the rest of Greater Feldspire, the Wilds. Getting close to the city itself, you had come across what seemed to be like an orc scouting party. And you dispatched them, attempted to capture one of them and glean some information. None, unfortunately, was. But as you made your way towards Respite and came over the hill that dropped into the valley where the gates and the city, or the little town was nestled behind it, you witnessed a what seemed to be an orc war party just outside the gates coming from the wilds. No siege had started yet, and you made your way down there and were quickly put to task by the keepers within the city, took your positions on the gates, and a battle ensued. You all took a competition to see who could rack up the most kills during this battle.
Unsurprisingly,
I believe our
it was
winner
Vlad.
was Vlad with 69 kills.
69 kills.
Nice.
Calculated.
Now
For
it's
new, believable people.
God damn it.
I was really afraid that he was gonna kill that last moblin or whatever it was because
Ruin the kill
because
count?
I was the only one that knew he was at 69, but I didn't want to say it.
Fair. Couldn't metagame that shit.
Nope.
Vlad would have known though. Oh, can you count? Yeah, you can.
And you can count at least up to 7.
Yeah, we know that much. He knows at least 5 and 2.
The battle ended with a lot of you bruised and bloodied and had taken some damage, expended all of your abilities to, withhold this horde that seemed to be attacking the gates. As the battle went down in front of the gates themselves, they were burst open by a grouping of ogres and hobgoblins and orcs that oddly seemed to be working in unison. The fight happened there. Kaya, in a last-ditch effort, showed what seemed to be a pair of these bone-like angelic wings that sprouted from her back. And after a little bit of an altercation at the base, turned and directed you all to leave. It was futile to continue this fight. Then the wolf that Seven had witnessed on the edge of a cliffside towards the beginning of the battle strode into the gates and shifted into the figure of a female orc druid who placed what Vlad could see seemed to be some type of small acorn into the ground and turned, kind of cocked her head at you and walked back. And the rest of the army seemed to stop fighting and follow her out of the gates and away from this town. And that was when all of a sudden these vines and plant life started to burst from the ground, threatening to overtake this small town of Respite. In the process, one of these pinned Nimue up against a wall and began to squeeze the life out of her. And it took the combined efforts of all of you hacking away at this thick vine that was pressing her against the stone wall to bring her back and stabilize her. And it was about here that we will pick up. You guys had now you find yourselves glancing around at this scene around you. It's dreary, it's somber. There you can see there's not a lot of words being spoken. It's quiet enough that you can hear, slight mumbles of one guard to another. People are beginning to pull bodies and drag the dead and separate the piles of the orcs and the keepers or the townsfolk that were killed during this battle. People are collecting weapons. There's other keepers that are outside the gates, kind of poised and ready for a counterattack that they expect to be coming. You see a few of the keepers that you had come across, some of the ones that looked almost green, like they hadn't seen this type of altercation or conflict before, stumbling wide-eyed over the battlefield, tripping over bodies and just staring off into nothingness, dragging their swords behind them, bloodied and beaten. It's where you guys are, outside the now broken gates in the courtyard of Respite. Talented 7, what would you like to do?
Are there any fires happening?
There's plenty of fires from the arrows that were shot. I mean, the vines and plant life seems to be slowly not bursting from the ground anymore, but still slowly growing and threatening to surround buildings, surround walls. It seems to be still sprouting from the ground further and further into this small town, threatening to overtake it.
I'm gonna go evacuate people from the houses.
Okay. You can, as you go to do this, you can see there are already keepers that are, some of them hacking at doors that are covered in these vines.
Yeah, I'll help
You can
them.
hear the gasps and frantic screams of people inside. And as you help one of the buildings close to you and help them kind of hack in and break the door open, you pull open what's left of the door after hacking into it, and people run out, but you can see these vines have burst through their floor and are overtaking the living room inside of their house. But they do seem to make it out. There doesn't seem to be any casualties in that one. As you make your way through helping them, this scene is something that you witness a lot. There are vines and stuff bursting through the homes, the taverns, the tavern, other buildings, everything.
Does the rate at which it's spreading seem to taper off at all since the initial?
It's slower than it was when they burst out of the ground, but it hasn't stopped. It seems to be just slowly growing and creeping, very slow pace to the movement of these vines and plant life.
Hey, Tor. Do you want to go somewhere so we can talk about what happened? If you don't want to talk here, let's go find somewhere else.
Oh, you're talking to Thor, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Apologies. I thought you said to the group.
No.
We're all just like, hello?
I know, it got quiet and I was
Yeah.
adjusting the music and I was like, oh, that's me. Sorry. The only response you get is, now's not the time.
Okay. For whenever you are ready, then let me know. And I will be glad to listen. Then I'm just going to start walking around with DeWitt, helping people.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna go put out some fires with the decanter.
So as you guys are helping do this, separately going about helping wherever you can to pick up the pieces of what's left after this battle, the adrenaline wears off and you feel the weight of what you've just experienced. Your limbs sore and ready to give from underneath you from this battle that you've just fought. The wave of exhaustion that sweeps over you. You don't suffer a level of exhaustion, but just that feeling that you get from what has transpired overtakes all of you, and it threatens to collapse your legs from beneath you.
Night.
Go to the bar.
The
Okay.
bar is destroyed, isn't it?
No, there's that one tavern, and it was the one that you were pressed up against.
Where we put the horses, right?
Yeah, where you
Knotted-
tied the horses
The
to.
knotted nook.
Yep, the knotted nook. It is there. There is that large vine that's around the outside, and you can see one that has pierced through the side of the wall and gone into the tavern, but the tavern still stands intact.
Oh.
Yeah, I go
Well-
in there.
Okay. The rest of you follow, or is it just?
I want to make
No.
sure all the fires are out
Yeah,
that I
I'm
can
still
that I
helping
can
out people.
reasonably get
Out their
to.
house.
I'll
Houses.
put all the
Yeah.
small fires out that I can with prestidigitation.
Okay.
I'll do the same
Um,
with control flame.
This-
I want to patrol and check for any
Patrol
stranglers.
Can
Okay.
I? The place where the orc put that whatever into the ground, from that point, it did like a giant vine shoot
Mhm.
out of the ground.
Yeah.
Can I mean, is it possible to get to that point, or is it just like overgrown with?
There's a
Vines.
lot of vine growth coming up from it, but it's one large stalk of a vine that is starting to wrap its way around the gates. There's still like passage, around it and through the gates itself, but it's like directly in front of the gates and popped up and wrapping around up the wall and starting to wrap around the wall itself. And you can see other vines spidering off of it and starting to overtake the right side of the gates.
Is there anything like? I mean, clearly it's magical, but is there anything I could? Like, can I investigate it in some way to see if
What are you
can-
trying to discern?
I guess like the rate at which it's like what kind of magic it was, or like if I've seen it before, like if this is a
Roll
new
an
form.
Arcana check.
You got it. Not great, but not terrible. 13.
13. It doesn't look like any forms of arcane that you've come across before. It seems natural. If it is magical in nature, it's natural magic. That's the best you can discern. There doesn't seem to be any
Bless.
type of arcane or divine focus to this. The rest of you, it takes you a while, but putting out the fires, trying to come across any of the survivors, help anyone out of their homes. You do find a couple homes with people injured by the vines that have popped through. No casualties, luckily, other than what had happened when the orcs stormed, into the courtyard itself. But eventually, you do bring the people out of their homes and start to bring them towards the outer edges of the town where there is some housing and stuff, but it hasn't quite been overtaken by the larger mass of the vines yet. Seven, you said you're patrolling.
Yeah, I kind of want to go to where the gate was
Mhm.
and just kind of see if if any orcs were left behind, or or any of them are just still alive, kind of thing, or they're still there, whatnot. Just making
You
sure.
walk out to the gates and you can see there's a grouping of keepers out here. That specifically that group of seekers that you had fought with in the courtyard are out there keeping a watch. And you can see off in the distance there's the few last little groups of goblins and stuff making their way off into the darkness. There doesn't seem to be any living orcs. You can see some of the keepers going around and slitting throats of the bodies that are on the ground, making sure. Others collecting the fallen keepers who had fallen off the walls or been, gone out there after the ones who had fled, or the army that had fled. The other ones are kind of setting up barricades in case. You can see that they seem to be the ones who have a little bit of experience, not the green, men that are walking around dazed. These guys are setting up barricades, preparing. You can see archers poised and ready at the gates for something to come back. That's it, though.
Oh crap! I was gonna. Just because I forgot. Around what time is it right now?
It's right now. It's probably getting close to 11 p.m. midnight.
Okay.
See, the
so it's
moon is now high in the sky, way high above the cliffside that you had seen it, illuminate that wolf.
Okay. Sounds good. In that case, I'll just make a note of that and then just go back and try to find the rest of the party.
Okay. You all finish your respective tasks. Are you also heading into the inn, the tavern, with after Vlad, or is there
Yeah.
something else you guys would like to do? Okay.
Do you want to set up an aid station or something?
Yes, we can do that. I don't have a lot of medical. Well, I guess I do have quite a bit, but I don't want to use up too much of it. I don't think I'd be able to restock here. But
I
yeah,
mean,
let's
just
set
a
up.
little
Let's
bit.
let's set something up. I don't have spells that I can use for
Oh
it,
yeah, me
but
either.
I can
Have
at least
mold
tend to-
earth.
I can tend to smaller wounds,
Yeah.
cleaning cuts, and
Mhm.
things of the
And
such.
build a mound.
Yeah.
Spells out the first aid.
You can see that they have like a makeshift aid station
do they?
set up. It's in the process. What goods and supplies they have is yet to be seen.
Well, we
but-
can go help them. And Yefan, if you'd like to come help us, I think that your prestidigitation would be good for cleaning wounds.
Sounds like a plan.
cleaning. You heard cleaning.
His head He's just trying to look for fires, and the second he hears the word cleaning, his head just swivels.
You said what?
So, Vlad, you walk up to the doors, and anybody who goes after to follow Vlad in, you walk up to the doors to the tavern and open it, and you can see that the vine that had gone through the building has now pierced that like sea glass window that was up top and
Was it
has
just
broken
one
through it
window?
and starting to wrap around. Huh?
Was there just one sea glass
Mhm.
window?
It's just right above the door. Not right above, but like higher up on the second story, just a sea glass. And it has pierced through that and starting to wrap around that other side. But you open the door, and it's an entirely different scene. As you open the door, that was the wrong click. Hello?
Oh no, what's happening in the tavern?
Is it happy? Is it sad?
I
Tell
know.
us which one.
The music is not a good indicator.
There's a fucking
It's full.
party.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's like people who throw like hurricane parties, in Florida.
They're all dancing with the vine.
You guys haven't heard of these?
Wait, what are they?
No,
like
I have.
hurricane
I have.
Oh, I
parties.
thought you said Burger King.
We are
Sure,
not
this is a
sponsored.
Wendy's.
Thought this was Five Guys.
Look, Burger King wasn't really in the picture up until the Impossible Whopper. That brought
There we
Stop
go.
advertising for them.
Yeah, we're not getting paid, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Honestly, I like the Impossible Whopper. Just saying.
That's
'Kay,
impossible.
Redacted has been back in the game ever
All right,
since they
back
brought
into
back
the
the
game.
Impossible Redacted.
Sorry, I fixed it. Okay, so you walk in, and it's an entirely different scene. There's people that are there's celebration going on. People are passing around drinks. You can see groups of keepers. The bartender at the bar, who you can see seems to be a female halfling, is like slinging these drinks back and forth to people, passing out drinks. People are cheersing, and there's a ruckus. People are excited and happy. And as you walk in, it kind of dies for a minute, and the eyes turn to you, and one man stands up onto the table and raises his glass and goes, "I'd like to get a cheers for the heroes of respite!" And everyone raises a glass and puts it towards you, and one of the guys walks up and hands you a gallon. And there's a loud ruckus, just ah! And everyone drinks.
They been knew he likes that gallon.
Yes, I do that. I shower myself with beer.
Okay. And
What a
the rest of you, as you make your way in, eventually following behind whatever time you do, this same scene happens. You walk in and people are cheersing you and coming up to you and patting your shoulder and thanking you. It's in the entirely different atmosphere from what you just walked out of. People seem to be trying to use this to forget about what has just happened and drowning themselves in whatever forms of,
Imbibement.
yeah,
Is
exactly.
the tavern
is
door big
available.
enough to bring Thor in?
No.
Okay. Well, then I'll leave him outside tonight. I'm not gonna tie him to anything. I just say I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah,
Our horses were okay. We confirmed that last time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
you did. Yeah, so you guys are in this tavern. People are buying you drinks. There's no money spent here. Whatever you guys like to do.
Well, I'll just say I used up 50 gold pieces worth of my medical supplies kit
'Kay.
over at the aid tent, and then beyond that, I'll go inside and partake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll go in.
Same.
I'll go in.
I'm gonna try to find a quiet corner and send a message to Lorenzo.
Okay.
Hey Lorenzo, it's Nimue. We survived. It was awful. I don't know if they're coming back, but everything's okay for now. Hope you're well. Yay. Gotta use up all 25 words.
Hear him say, "Well, I'm glad to hear that you are all right. We'll send a messenger out to, well, we should probably send the forces that way anyway. I'm sure they're lacking at this point. Glad to hear I can get some sleep now.
How late is it in the day?
It's like 11 o'clock midnight.
That's
Okay.
the last spell slot of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally out of everything.
Same.
Saves it for Lorenzo, but someone
Same.
dies.
Yeah, someone dies 10 minutes from now. I'm like, well, what the fuck?
All right, so how many people did everybody kill?
Oh, hold on. I have it here somewhere.
I killed 44.
Oh, I had that you got 45.
I mean 45. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, Vlad had 69. Nimue had 4.
Yeah.
Irfan had
Oh, I gotta mark down that 10 gold.
24. I had 42. DeWitt had 34. Tail had 32. And Kaya had 2.
Hey, 32 is not bad considering I only joined at
Well,
half.
I beat Kaya. The
It
clerk
looks
beat the monk.
Like we have a
I
winner.
don't have any ranged shit. All right.
All right, 75 gold to you, Vlad.
That was the first time I struck a final blow on someone.
Wait, for real?
Yeah,
44 times in a row.
nailed it.
Wow. Look at you.
It feels weird, doesn't it?
Yeah,
You
it does
painted a
feel
lot
weird.
of pictures.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, not that like I didn't help you guys before anyway, so
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
not
Right.
like it's that different.
But striking the final blow,
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
it's a little.
It's satisfying.
Okay, Jesus.
Yeah, I bet it is for you, man. Anyone know any therapy skills?
Kill more, feel better.
Unfortunately,
There you go.
all of my healing
Yeah.
skills are physical, not mental
Mm.
or emotional. I did
You
not
just
get
do
a
it
degree in
until you-
psychology.
That could work.
Yeah, you just continue to do it until you don't feel bad anymore.
No, I think that's called being a psychopath.
What?
You could always try meditating.
Oh yeah, I do ceremony.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is
You'll
definitely
have to
Russell's
show
hair.
me sometime.
Yeah, you want to do it?
Yeah.
That
I
is if she
meditate.
doesn't run away.
It's pretty much the same thing.
All right.
You said, why
Yeah.
should we trust you? And yet you run away like coward.
Why did you?
How can I trust you to be with us if you run away, if it gets hard?
How can we trust you to have our backs?
I have my own interests, and it wasn't looking too good for me. So
So you decided
Had
to
to-
abandon us.
And you don't think that we have our own interests that we're looking out
no,
for?
I know you do, but
Why should we allow you into our party if you continue, if we can't trust you?
Is there like a rite of passage now to hang out with us?
No,
or-
there's no rite of
Veracity or
passage.
challenge.
But I mean, I know even though Seven shot me before, I know that he will continue to shoot other bad things.
no,
He makes a good point.
At least we
Guess
can
that's
count on the
reasonable.
rest of you to at least have our backs during a
Yeah.
battle.
I shouldn't have left. I know that. It was a mistake on my part. But I mean, I don't
Do you have
We-
ranged weapons though? Anyways,
know.
I don't know. Okay.
I don't have shit. All I have is my fists and my stuff.
Oh, you can't hit stuff with your fists
You
if
should
you're
get some
flying
like
away.
throwing stars or like darts or something.
You know, I don't have the resources.
like gold.
Oh, I have a ton of gold. I don't even know what to be doing with it. You need a dad.
I mean,
You can
he
give
just
some
got
to me.
75.
Well, what do you want it for?
Personal reasons.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm sure you have enough, man.
I mean, I would
No,
just
no, no.
spend it
No, no,
on
no.
like, you know, supplies
Yeah.
for the party. But
Helping you is helping us.
that's true. You know, not doing anything is not very helpful.
Yeah.
I didn't do nothing. All right.
I got more kills than you
I
did.
had
There's-
2 kills.
Cleric got more kills than the monk.
I literally doubled your kills.
All right, fuck you.
Damn.
Here's the sister rivalry coming out.
Yeah.
Well, does anybody know what all these vines things, like what happened there? Has anybody seen anything like this before?
I've never encountered anything like this when studying with my teacher, or at least
You
read
can
about it.
make a nature check.
I'm not even gonna ask. I'm
Oh,
pretty
geez,
damn
okay.
sure.
You
Nimboy's
said
never
you
heard
said
of
this wasn't.
Nothing that you've
Yeah.
seen.
Okay.
Nature's that's natural 2019. Every single time.
Nothing that you've seen before.
Okay.
I definitely
Oh,
know
everybody
about
is
this.
so nice here. Look, I have so much ale.
Yeah, you have.
Vlad, do you know what those vine thingies are?
Oh yeah, that's happened before. Something like that. I remember those. This stupid Wild King.
How
The
do you
Wild
stop
King?
it?
Wait, we've heard of him before.
Well, he's out there somewhere.
Wait, he was associated with the patches of that blight that we saw, too, correct?
I think
I
so.
don't know.
But Grandma
don't
told us
know.
about him.
Really?
That's where I have the notes written down.
I trust you way more than I trust me.
Vlad, how do you know how we stop it?
Do I remember anything about stopping something?
Make a history check.
Yeah, it was Grandma that told us about it.
So
22.
22. Okay. You would remember that stopping it, the only way to stop it once it has started is to eliminate the Wild King. Because from what you remember, when this has happened before, some quality about this individual, this being, whatever it is, rallied the natural world around them and caused this to happen. And no matter how many times the armies or the attacks or anything like that were rooted, it just happened again and again until the Wild King was eliminated.
Are you gonna tell us that, or?
So, have basically I've been involved in eliminating a Wild King, and this would be another one.
You specifically have not, but you know about them. Mhm.
So, well, yes, we must go after him.
Wait, so there's been multiples over time, or is this the same one?
You know, you got that information last session. It's happened twice before this.
Yeah.
Well, I mentioned it's something like this has happened before, yes.
Yes.
The vine thing, that's what you're referring to?
Not specifically, but like this whole mention of the Wild King, all of that, like this whole thing has
Waging
happened before.
war against civilization.
Yep.
Do these vines stop before we kill Wild King, or do they continue?
No, we must go after him.
But
Okay.
I'm confused. So you said that this has happened twice before, but the vines can only be eliminated by eliminating the Wild King. So is there multiple Wild Kings, or is it the same guy being resurrected?
So it's not the vines specifically are not being stopped by the Wild King. This is just a byproduct of whatever is happening there. That whole movement can only be stopped by eliminating the Wild King.
Okay. But if this movement has happened twice before, and
Basically, we're asking
So,
if it's one
is
person.
it
or
the
mantle.
same Wild King, or is it multiple
Well,
ones?
I'm sure.
Don't have that information.
You know, if he's like a king or something, probably wants his mission completed after he passes or something like that.
Well, if
So
this
he'd
is-
probably like pass on information or hide it or something.
So
Weren't there 2 previous Wild Kings?
yeah, that's
Right,
what I'm
that's what
talking
I'm
about.
saying, yeah.
Right, okay.
So if like someone found that, and then I don't know, something like that.
But would that then create another Wild King, or is it the same guy?
I don't know.
If they've been eliminated before, then it seems like it wouldn't be. But it seems like this is something that only happens in the presence of this one individual.
Nimue, roll an intelligence check.
I don't know.
I'm not
Do you
very
believe in
good.
like a past life thing or something?
Uh,
Seeing into the other worlds?
Can I guidance myself for this, or
I think so.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
I mean, it's any willing creature.
That's true.
So.
Are you
Like
willing
thinking
to
really
help
hard,
yourself?
like
Do I want to guide myself? No.
natural 20. So that's plus a 1, minus 1, so 20.
All right. So a
that,
natural, unnatural 20. Got it.
That's 2 natural.
Well,
20.
it is a natural 20,
I know.
but I had guidance, which gave me another 1, and then minus the 1 from my -1 to intelligence.
So as you guys are having this conversation, immediately it pops into your brain. There was a book back in the Obsidian Archives
Well, I knew
that dealt
that.
with the Wild King. Maybe opening it would give you the information that you're seeking.
Fuck. But we don't know how to open. Fuck. You guys remember that book?
No.
What book?
Yes, we
What
should
book?
have stolen it.
Oh, the book that we couldn't open.
Right. I think that if we
Ooh,
open
I
it,
would've
we
totally
could
been
find
down
out
to
the
steal that.
information.
I'm pretty sure
We should talk about this stuff more often.
Okay, I'm
I'm
down
pretty
to
sure
steal
they
things.
said they made precautions to make sure you couldn't steal things.
We could have taken.
Yeah,
them.
you're probably right. Yeah.
Did
You
everyone
totally
try
could
to
have done
open
that.
If we put it in the bag of holding, do you think that they could have detected?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Who was there for the book?
Me,
I was.
Vlad, Kaya was there, Seven was there,
I was.
and
I was not.
Nyx was there. So I think it was,
It was most of us, yeah.
yeah,
Well,
most
we
of us
couldn't
were
open
there.
it even
Yeah,
with
why
that
do you want a
key.
book you can't even open?
Yeah, even with the special key.
Well,
it's-
clearly it's something important.
It can be opened. I assume it's probably from a specific spell being cast upon it or something of the sort. But I don't know.
Well, at least we know where it
But
is.
I guess if we encounter any keys,
Yeah, maybe we'll find a
Well,
key or
yeah.
something.
we'll
Yeah.
bring it back.
Maybe we should start asking more questions about
Maybe an
it.
acorn is a key. Is the key?
Maybe. Do you think that I can send a message to Grandma?
Not tonight.
Well, no, not tonight.
Why couldn't you?
But
You know what she looks like.
Yeah.
well,
you
yeah,
could.
I can.
Why
so-
don't you
Well, I don't
Well,
have
she
the
doesn't
spells
have any
for it tonight,
spells.
but I can tomorrow.
do it right now?
It's like, don't you?
I'm gonna
have,
concentrate really hard.
it's like, don't you have friends over there? Just tell them to send the book to us.
I don't think that they'll do that.
Well, ask. Ask.
Well, I don't have the spells tonight.
If you contact Grandma, can you ask her how Tick Tick is doing?
Oh,
I was wondering about.
yeah, you know, I'll do it tomorrow,
Okay.
and I will ask about the Wild King and Tick Tick. And also, maybe we should ask about how those blackened spots in that area are doing, because that has something to do with ley lines. Do you think that this is on a ley line?
I don't know, but how did that get over there?
I
Is it,
don't-
are they connected or something?
Well, the ley lines span the whole world, didn't you say?
right.
And they're a whole weave that spans the entire planet. Do you think that maybe this is a place where the ley lines are inherently strong, and that's why they planted that?
Does anybody know how to find out? How do you find a ley line?
Well, I'm not an
Identify.
arcane user.
Do I know?
I do divine magic.
Make an Arcana check.
Can I
Roll
make an
good. I'm gonna
educated
guidance.
guess?
It's like,
You
do I
definitely can
remember-
make an educated guess.
It's like, do I remember
I see.
anything
I
about
see
ley lines?
Irfan thinking, and I'm like, guidance. Did you roll it with a D4? Roll it with a D4.
You can make
Roll-
an Arcana check at disadvantage. It's not something that you would have even like been on your radar, but sure, if you want to make an Arcana check at disadvantage.
Gonna do it.
Can you do it recklessly?
This Arcana check.
He just thinks really hard. You see the
Pops
like
up.
vein bulge.
Pops the vein.
I remember nothing.
Oh, I have a
It's
plus
like
3 to
Corbin's
Arcana.
vein.
Nice. And then guidance. Did you guidance?
Is got a plus 4,
Nice.
so that's 25.
Damn.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
You've never really experienced anything on this plane as to what they're mentioning, but kind of closing your eyes, even in the thrum of things, and just focusing on that arcane connection, there seems to be a more powerful connection emanating from around you. That's what
Gods,
you can
I'm such a
glean with
genius.
that.
I say that.
And
How do
Tail,
you know that?
Tail, he says this, and you kind of focus too, and you can feel this now that he points it out.
So this is a place of great power, arcane power. That's
Same with DeWitt. They point this out, and you focus, and you can feel there
Are
being
you
kind of this.
constipated?
Your instrument heats up.
Do you think that it was like
Even
this
Nyx.
before the vines? I don't think it. I mean, would I remember? We wouldn't feel that before the vines were there, would we?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, not concentrating on it. But
Maybe that's something
It's not
we should
something that
keep
you
an
noticed
eye on.
until you kind of focused and really directed your attention towards that.
so
Okay.
if they're targeting places that have importance, such as like ley lines crossing, where there's more power concentrated there, then all we have to do to find out where they're targeting is find a map of the ley lines.
Well,
Where
Does
can
that
we
even
find
exist?
map of
Yeah,
that?
has
Is
someone
there a
made
map?
that?
I assume so. There's been plenty of great mages out there that would do such a thing.
Well, hey, why don't we pull out our map? Put one where Grandma is and put one here.
Well, I don't remember what grandma is.
It's by Gelstead.
yeah,
it's
just
right
north of
outside
Gelstead.
Right.
What's his name? Richard, right?
Richard?
The Seeker.
Oh, the captain?
Yeah, that one.
He wasn't a seeker.
Just the captain.
He was Captain Richards.
Yeah, and
Richard's
Flynn was the
house
secret,
close.
right? Or,
Flynn was just he was just a
can't
normal
remember what Flynn
guy.
was.
He was just
Oh,
a normal
okay.
guy. You didn't introduce yourselves to or meet any of the other seekers.
Yeah.
Oh well, what if we go talk to the other Seekers? They may know about where ley lines are.
I don't think so. It doesn't. It's. I
It
think
wouldn't
it's something that's
hurt
only
to
common
ask.
knowledge for people who are arcane users, because I can't feel it, but my magic is divine.
It wouldn't hurt to ask them. And
If there's something on weird magics and things like that, there's a chance that my teacher might have something in her secret room, but I don't want to go there.
Okay.
Well, now we have to go there.
She had lots of cool things in there, some things I did not understand, but I don't know if she has something like that there, but that's the only thing I can think
Well, maybe
of.
before we make you go visit your teacher again,
Oh,
we.
I don't want to.
Yeah, that seems the case.
The ley lines are all in her room.
Right.
We
they-
just connect there.
Yeah.
It's a convergence.
All roads lead to Rome.
Witches, Tails teacher's house.
Conveniently, that's its name.
Whoa. Before we do that, I can contact Lorenzo and ask him to take a look in the libraries and ask around there with some of the archivists. That's the word I was looking for.
well, yeah, we do that. We talk to Grandma. We talk to the Seekers, see if they know anything.
Yeah.
Looks like I'm going to be spending a lot of spell slots doing that tomorrow.
Are the secrets in here?
They're not in the tavern right now. Seven had seen them outside the gates, kind of set up and prepared, helping gather and prepare if there was another assault.
But I mean, doesn't it just seem odd that these sorts of events are happening at places with ley lines?
Oh yeah.
This is the second.
I mean, it makes sense, but I mean, yeah, it will be hard to find where ley lines are because I couldn't tell the stronger magics around here until I really thought about it.
Well, oh wait, no. Nemwe wouldn't know that. That's
Are-
metagaming.
Are the ley lines like? Or
They go like through the earth, I think.
yeah.
It's more of like
I don't think it's an actual physical thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like
It's an energy that's
Right.
like a crossing web.
It's like the veins of the world.
oh.
Yeah, it's the magical veins of.
No, I
Kaya,
don't
make
understand,
a
so-
Kaya, make an intelligence check for me.
I have intelligence?
18.
18.
That was my York peppermint patty.
Hearing this and thinking about it, something kind of stirs in your mind. Being back at the monastery, the Order of the White Serpent. This is knowledge that they might possess. You've heard the term ley lines tossed around before, mentioned. You know that they deal a lot with the. Well, that's not really something that would be awful to reveal. They deal a lot with the connection of the elements to the plane. So this is something that wouldn't be quite out of the realm of their knowledge.
Yeah, you're water.
I am water.
Yeah. Air.
Air.
Got 7, although he can.
And then the
Can't
water
use it.
Ganassi attacked.
Okay, I won't share that.
Rude.
Fair.
Insight check on not sharing.
I'm just sitting like, no.
Why you look like that? What?
No reason.
So
Interesting.
So tomorrow we'll just send a lot of messages and ask around here and see if we can't find something out about the Wild King and the ley lines and the connections.
Too bad you didn't have a way you could get more spell slots.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's not a way for me to regain a 3rd level spell slot so that I might possibly be able to send messages or revivify people if needed.
oh, that's quite inconvenient, isn't it?
What were you gonna say?
Would I have heard of the Wild King?
Make a history check.
Also, what have I heard? Like anything about this, like being with Callus?
That's involved in your role earlier. No, if you'd heard of any of this.
Alrighty.
That's a natural 1.
The Wild who?
You
So-
forget
You've
what
never heard
both
the name.
Wild and
There's like
King's
no
name.
blackened spots here.
Doesn't seem to be.
I think it's a different type of
Well, okay. This is
corruption.
if this has anything to do with the ley lines, this, as terrible as it is in this town, what these vines have all done, it's still, it seems like life, right? Comparatively to what we have seen before. All those blackened spots outside of Galstead where it was, those were ley lines too. But it was a different kind.
So maybe it's different people affecting it in different way, but I mean it's still place of interest.
Or maybe it's just different types of corruption.
Well, I think that might mean it's two opposing sides. Whoever is doing this, it's two different parties. It's
That-
not the same
If
person.
not more.
Yeah.
What were
Which
you
is
going to say,
possible,
Ephraim?
but then this one had an excess of life, while the other one
At the
was
absence of
devoid
it.
of life.
So that
It
is
is
why
possible
it's probably
that-
two peoples.
When this one was created, when life expanded rapidly here, it may have pulled from another location.
I don't know.
I mean, yes,
That's
it's two sides
interesting.
to a coin. You know, you take life and give life.
But it may have happened at the same time, so maybe this isn't the first time that there has been.
More vines. So if we
Yeah.
hear of more vines somewhere else that happened before today, then that will show that that is true.
Right. And I mean,
We need to be checking in with the people we know all over the Altean Confederation. Like, just periodically to see if anything like that has happened. Like, whatever this is, it's spreading.
So many
We need to
message
know-
spells.
Hey, well, I can
We can at least talk to
get news
Alar.
about dead Karen.
I can always talk to Whitehorn and Galstead as well. That's only 2 third level spell slots.
And Grandma.
And Grandma. So that's 3
That's
tomorrow.
3.
Great.
Well, it doesn't have to. We don't have to do it all the time. I'm just saying, you
Yeah,
know, when
like
it's
a
convenient.
weekly
As long as
checkup.
we don't fight anything tomorrow. But yes, I can do like a weekly checkup for sure. If I,
You can spread out.
And yeah, it doesn't have to
days.
be
Right.
all 3 on
I
one
know.
day. Can be one day, then one the other.
Right. Well, so I think I might know of a way that I could possibly do something about these vines, but I don't really want to. You know that spell that I cast earlier today on the orc, the blight spell,
Oh, yeah.
Well,
the
yeah.
same spell that took my life.
Well, if you don't want to do it, I can do that as well.
You can.
I can.
It's extremely effective against plant life. So if we used it on the vine, it might help diminish it. Or at least maybe slow its spread.
We could try that tomorrow.
Yeah. I don't especially ever want to really cast it ever again. I had no idea that that was what it was, but
That's ironic.
you're right, it is.
Sorry that happened.
Dying is not very pleasant.
Yeah, we would know.
Yeah, but
Are you
it's
sure you
so
want
boring.
to inflict that on someone else?
Well, I don't especially want to do it on especially people, but
You do it on plants that attack people.
I mean, the plant is a bad thing, and if it came down to saving a lot of people and creating some traumatic moments for myself, there's no.
You don't have to do that. It's not your burden.
That's why Irfan will
Yeah,
take care of
yeah.
It's pure fun's bird.
But I mean, if that doesn't completely take care of it,
I can do it twice.
Doesn't hurt to try. We try tomorrow.
yes. But I'd rather save people rather than just save myself. So.
I mean, yeah.
But anyways, that was just an idea of mine. After looking into the spell a little bit more.
I mean it, we'll just see.
All right.
So what is the plan right now?
Sleep.
Get drunk.
Both.
Yes.
At
Okay,
same,
no los dos.
Ale?
at same time.
Always.
More ale.
Are the vines still spreading?
Slowly. You can see even the one that one that had pierced through the wall has pierced through and is like growing through the center of the tavern right now. People are almost paying it no notice. And you can see it slowly.
The vines,
moving
are they
as it's-
thorny?
No.
They're just like smooth.
Yeah.
Were
No,
they
like
Mhm.
offshoots on them or
Yeah.
anything like that?
There's offshoots on like some of it. There's like tangles that come off and go around wherever it's touching.
I see.
Were they the vines? Were they spreading on the other side of the gate, or was it just like towards the Altean Confederation?
It's I mean I guess you guys could have gone and looked at that. Yeah, it's spreading on the other side of the gates too. It's like emanating slowly.
What
out
happens
from
when
that
it
middle
gets to
point.
the? Has it reached the ocean yet on either side?
I don't think the radius is that big quite yet because that was like
It's like 2 miles long.
2 miles long, isn't it? Yeah. I'm gonna go up to the barkeep.
Okay.
And ask, where did you get the sea glass for that window?
So you approach and you can see this female halfling. She's got this long black ponytail tied up behind her, and she's got like a scar across her left cheek that's pretty deep, and it wraps behind her head. When the lower half of her left ear is missing, and she's dressed in kind of tight leathers, not fully armored, but tight fitted leathers, and you can see she has 2 holstered daggers at her hip. And she, as you approach, she goes, "Oh, you're asking about the sea glass?
Yes, I am.
You're with that group that fought off all the orcs at the walls, yes?
Yes, I am.
Thank you for what you did for the town. It's much appreciated.
My pleasure.
The sea glass, I picked it up in Pharsalus on one of my jobs. Did be way back when. It was a gift from someone there.
What kind of job? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be intrusive. I just have a special interest.
I had my own special skills involved in, dealing with people who need dealt with. Let's put it at that.
And do you mind me asking who it was that gifted it to you?
I don't quite remember a name. Someone in the city, one of the people who ran the town. Can't quite remember the names, though.
Was he male, blonde hair, gold eyes like mine?
Seems familiar. It was a while ago, though.
All right.
You know him.
Yeah, you could say that.
Oh, well, if you see him again, wish him my best.
That's fair. Do you need that repaired?
I would like it repaired, but if you can remove the vine from it, that would probably do better.
That's fair. I'll look into it for you.
Just full of surprises. If you or any of them need anything, I don't just deal in booze.
All right. Thank you for the tip. And I'll go back to the table.
All right.
Halfling has wares.
has ways.
Where he has the coin.
Wait, I gotta clear this up. Does she mean sex things or things?
Never
Yes.
know. She didn't
You
say.
never know.
There was no
They're
specification.
both things.
Yes.
She was dressed in pretty tight leathers. You don't know.
Oh.
She has two
God.
daggers. You don't know.
God.
Maybe they're one and the same to her.
Let's just say someone's doing the penetrating.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
How did we get here?
That's normal.
before like the night continues, I'm gonna go outside and go on tour.
Okay.
Then is it still possible to get like on top of like the wall thingy?
Yeah.
Is it, okay.
There's
Okay.
vine as you go up the wooden causeway that leads up. There's vines entangling, and some of the wood is creaking and under the pressure of it, but it hasn't collapsed or anything yet.
What moon is it right now?
If I remember correctly, it was just I think it was really slightly a sliver under a full moon because it had been a full moon a couple days prior.
Okay.
That sounds about right.
Is there
Yeah.
anyone up here besides me and Thor?
Yeah, there's keepers that are along the walls, still collecting. I mean, walking up there, you can see the walls are littered with bodies, mostly orcs. Seems either they've gathered the keeper corpses, but the orcs are being like tossed over the front of the walls, being gathered into piles, and you can see glancing over some of the keepers starting fires, some of the corpses to.
I'm just gonna try and find a place where no one's there.
It's kind of hard to do up on the walls at the moment.
Okay. then
People are
I'm not gonna
repairing,
be on the wall.
trying to break off the ladders.
Yeah. Even if it's not on the wall, then I'll try to find somewhere like down below that has no people there.
Okay.
Okay. Then once I'm there, it's not the moon that I'm gonna typically do it on anymore, or do it on, but I'm gonna do the ritual thing.
Mhm.
Do you remember which one? I think I might have texted it to you.
Maybe. I can't quite pinpoint at the moment. You've got a lot of rituals, but
That okay. I'm gonna draw some blood. Then I'm gonna draw some stuff on my weapon, or
Right.
write stuff on my weapon.
you do this and you write it, and after a moment, you see the blood disappear.
Then I go back to the tavern.
Thor says nothing as you're doing this.
Good.
Mouth shut, you little bitch.
Snitches get stitches.
Arf.
Okay. I go back inside. Everything's normal.
Inside check.
Does he say that or?
Taylor gets up, excuses himself, and is gone for, half hour, 45 minutes. And comes back in, sits back down at the table. It's like reaching 1 o'clock in the morning at this
Yeah,
point.
I've
I'm
gone to bed.
Going to go.
Okay.
Are there rooms here?
Yeah, that barkeep basically offered you guys rooms on the house for what you
Oh,
guys
I
did.
forgot that.
Perfect.
There's a safe place to store our mounts.
There's the posts and places that you tied them up outside. If you ask around, people direct you to the stables, but then pause. They're like, I don't know what's happened to the stables or if people are even there or what. So
Or if they'd accept a warg.
Yeah, I'm gonna just write a sign that says, "This is Theo, the hero's friend. Do not attack," and I'm gonna post it next to the door. And then I'm.
I mean, people make a wide berth around him. Having seen him help in this conflict, no one is doing anything or saying anything, but people are not making any attempt to approach
Okay.
near this creature. You can see Thor kind of eyeing the horses that he's tied up next to.
Okay, Thor. First, do not eat the horses. I will give you food, and I will give him some of my raw meat and some of my rations. Then I say, time for me to go to sleep. We will speak in morning. Good night.
There's a discontented huff, lays down and starts munching into the raw meat. Leaves the rations to the side, doesn't even sniff at them.
The
Okay.
dog's like, I'm a vegetarian.
I eat vines.
Oh, good. We have
Oh,
a
he's the
problem with
solution.
that.
Like
You stay here.
using goats to mow your lawn.
Yeah. Yeah. We just need an army of wargs.
Right. Or vegetarians.
As you're like tying up and doing that with Thror, there's a above you, and you see Allie land with a cat in tow, and drops the cat, and the cat and kind of walks up to you and starts.
I just
Up against
walk
your
away
legs.
from it. I don't give a shit.
Rude.
I say, Thor, that's fine.
Oh no.
This cat is
So we're just-
I go back inside.
Damn.
Did you
Savage.
did you tell us what the halfling chick said?
No.
And then I go to bed.
Okay.
I mean, you've all seen my sea glass circlet. You all saw the sea glass.
No, about
No,
the that she has wares.
the-
Oh, that she
Yeah.
has wares?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Maybe in the morning I'll tell you about it. I don't know.
So you all, eventually, Vlad probably last of all makes their way. Now you probably pass out in the fucking tavern. Let's be honest. So,
Let's find out.
well, knowing you keep drinking till that happens.
Wow.
10.
Yeah. No, it doesn't take too long. You're literally like, the second you finish a drink, there's another one in your hand, and you're double fisting all night. You
Yeah.
don't run out of alcohol.
I don't
You
go
s-
to bed.
Yeah. You slow.
I just pass out.
Yeah.
I also want to make a note that I'm gonna. Tails getting his own room. He's not rooming with Nimue anymore.
Okay.
Rude.
Gators ring.
All right. So you all find your respective places to sleep for the evening. Sleep comes surprisingly easy to all of you as you lay down in those beds. It could have been the ground. It could have been a bed of spikes. For all you cared, the exhaustion overtakes you. You find rest. Yes.
Before I go to bed,
Ah.
I want to take off my choker again,
Uh-huh.
and I want to say, Citadel, I have been seeking for these last few months, asking questions and listening to responses. And I have learned that the person with whom I have been traveling is the one who I have been searching for, and I shall continue until you tell me otherwise.
You say this and kind of look around, hopefully, and nothing happens in the moment. And you crawl into the bed, and there's an unusual breeze that breezes through the room that you're in. You don't have a window in your room. There's kind of this crinkle of paper, and you look and see this kind of crinkled-looking paper drift and float down to the ground, face down.
I pick it up.
Pick it up, and it just has one word on it. It says protect.
All right.
Okay. All right.
She looks so happy.
It says bop it.
It says bop it.
Twist it.
It says, believe it. It
Spin
says,
it.
Believe it.
kill your Kaya.
Believe it.
That's good, Colette. I like that.
Kill your Kaya.
Kill your monk. Kill your whole party. That's what the paper says.
And then bop it again.
Comes full circle. Bopping it. All right.
Oh, it feels good to
So you all
erase
awake
this
that
shit.
next morning. Still a little bit of a lingering soreness. Like you wake up and your bodies feel like bricks, but you feel rested and thankful to be where you are and not one of the various bodies that are being collected and burned or buried.
When I go downstairs, do I see my cat?
Not inside.
Oh God.
Okay.
You do see like countless. There are people passed out on tables, like laying on tables on the ground. Like there are countless guards in here in various states of still drunk, some mumbling to themselves, some of them just passed out. And amongst them, you see the mostly naked, bulking albino form of Milan.
So, actually, I go downstairs,
Mhm.
and the first thing I do is I go outside and look at what's happened with the vines.
You walk out and your cat ate them all. No, the vines seem to have stopped moving.
Don't talk about me
Okay.
that way.
And you're kind of glancing around, and from around the corner of the tavern, you hear this. "Meow, You turn and you see Tux stride towards you and
Hello,
or
Tux.
brush up against your leg and
Pick him up.
What color is he?
And it looks like it's a tuxedo cat.
Yeah.
Black with
Orange.
white in the middle.
he's got like the white strip on his chin that comes down his body. Yeah, you pick him up and he just purrs in your arms. And you see Allie perched on the vine up above where the stained glass, where it's protruding out of the stained glass. You see Allie perched up there.
He'll be out in a bit.
Just
Maybe.
goes to cleaning his wings. What are the rest of you doing?
Gonna go get breakfast.
Same.
Same
Wake
Z.
Vlad up.
You walk down to the tavern, like the tables are covered with people passed out, sleeping, drunk. Like there's not.
I move
Vlad
him
on his own
aside.
table.
No, Vlad's just in the middle. Vlad is like next to a couple people, and they're like he's slumped up against one of their shoulders. Like they're both like almost back to back, shoulder to shoulder, hunched over. And you can
Cute.
see a string of drool just
Yes.
dripping down his face,
Puddle of drool.
with a gallon in his hand, tipped sideways, and there's this slow like drip going into his lap.
Okay.
I push aside the people that are easiest to move to make
Oh yeah,
room.
there's you slump them over and they fall down onto the ground.
Good.
Yeah, I'll do the same next to 7.
To move the guy that Vlad is leaned up against. Yeah. So you do this, and Vlad, you are so very rudely startled awake as your support disappears, and you fall backwards and land on the ground and look up into DeWitt and Tails' faces, or sorry, DeWitt and Seven's faces, sitting above you, sitting down at the table where you had been passed out.
Hey, I just ordered you a whole chicken. Wake up.
Oh, what? Oh. So he immediately fills his face and he's like, oh, it's still there.
You're one tusk.
He jumps up and says, what happened?
You got drunk.
What time is it?
It's game time.
Where's breakfast?
It's coming.
And an ale?
Yeah. Duh.
Oh,
You still
good.
have one.
Where?
It's in your hand.
Oh, here, let me start here.
Yeah.
You grab your ale and you can see your loincloth is like soaked wet, almost looks and feels like you pissed yourself. You're not sure if it's ale or piss.
Scoot really close to the table.
Wow, he gets embarrassed. Wow.
I can feel shame.
Food comes out after
A new
not too
emotion.
long. There seems to be like a half-elven man who works in the kitchen. Passes around food with the help of the halfling woman, and people start to rouse at the smell of the cooked meats and pastries and stuff that waft into the air and start to either wake up and themselves order food or stumble and make their way out of the tavern in hopes to find wherever the hell they're going that they can lay back down and get some sleep.
I switch out my spells for the morning.
And I don't take
Downstairs.
sending.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take sending. Is that being is? No, just kidding. I just didn't take locate object, which I'm sure
Is gonna
now
come
that
up.
I've said something about it.
Why do you need it?
You seem to be missing your bag of holding when you wake up.
Shit.
Where's the ukulele?
Don't do that.
Hey, you said Ali was sitting on the vine outside the glass window. It's like, is he visible?
No, you have no idea. The glass window is only visible from the second floor where the rooms are.
Hey, when you come downstairs, do you tell us about what the bartender said yesterday?
Yeah. So guys, the bartender told me that she deals in more than just booze. Does anybody know
good.
what that means?
Says this, and you see a hand kind of come past you and put a plate down on the table, not even realizing that someone was behind you. She seems very quiet. She says, "Yes, I've got some wares that I'd be willing to share with you all if that's something you're interested in. I've
course.
seen my time, and you all seem like people who could use maybe something of what I've got.
What
I am.
can I see? What you have?
Well, you're going to have to come with me. Maybe you want to eat your breakfast first."
What's your name, Loss?
She eyes you really quick, and there's a slight smirk. She says, "My name is Cinna.
Sinna.
Cyna.
I'm DeWitt. Nice
Sinner.
to meet you.
Got it.
The pleasure is mine." And
I
she
am Thea.
curtsies with an not existent skirt, but like over dramatic curtsy.
I'll bow my head over dramatically too.
I'll start like I'll like just have my dagger out and like just like kind of twist it around and do cool things in my hand.
Is this your good dagger or your shitty dagger?
My good dagger.
Okay.
Yeah,
She
just like
she notices and goes,
just a little bit like nonchalantly, like I'm not even trying.
"So I like your piece.
Oh, thank you.
Where'd you
Can I
steal
see
it
yours? Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
She like you both say this at the same time, and there's like that awkward. You can see there's like a slight blush. She goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say?
No, you go first.
Where'd you get it?"
I actually can't even remember.
From the Obsidian car.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to flash that
around like that.
I found it down near Dead Cairn in the mountains.
Knew a man who wielded that dagger once. Seen it before.
What'd you think of that man?
Probably better off where he is now, wouldn't you say?
I would.
Well,
like her. This chick knows everybody.
Well, not really carrying my prized pieces. This doesn't seem like the lot I'd want to carry them around. But if you're looking to see any of them, you have to come with your friends.
All
I
right.
She
carry
gives you a
my
wink
prize
and-
piece with me.
Oh.
Look. And I show her my weapon.
Oh my God.
And like, look at these cool things. And I start throwing it in the air, letting it teleport back in my hand. I'm just doing that back and forth.
She nods approvingly. So that's quite a fancy trick. A
Oh, yeah.
bit too large for my taste. I prefer something a bit smaller that I can use a bit more finesse with.
Oh,
but,
what
to each their own.
What about this? And I pull out the single mini chakram I get from
Oh,
Tic-Tic.
Seems a bit more my style.
Oh,
yeah.
here you go. You can have it.
She takes it and tosses it and spins it and makes a little show about tossing it behind her back. And it like,
Damn.
she tosses it up
She
and
can't do.
it kind of disappears into her leathers.
You're quite cool. I like you.
Can I check my pockets?
She doesn't say anything back to that. Just nods. Yeah, go ahead. Make a investigation check.
For my own pockets? All right. 12.
There's nothing missing.
You dick.
All right. I want to finish my food as soon as I can because I'm interested in her wares.
Same.
Yeah, same.
Ditto.
Okay.
All right. So you finish your foods and eventually go up and kind of nod to her at the bar. And she walks over and speaks to the half-elven man who comes out and stations himself behind the bar. And she kind of leads you and she says, "All right, follow me." And she leads you kind of to the back end of the tavern where the kitchen is. You can see an open door for the kitchen. And then there's in that corner, there's also the stairwell that leads upstairs. And she kind of walks in the nook behind the stairwell and glances around and elbows the wall. And you can see like the wall kind of click and open up a little bit. And she nods her head and opens it to the side, lets you guys in. And you walk through this.
So there's nobody walking behind us, like we're about to get jumped.
Yeah, before we got there, I wanted to cast Detect Thoughts.
lot of hungover people.
That's fine.
That's it.
I'm going to put it on Cinna.
Senna?
See what she's thinking.
The surface thoughts are curiosity and what's the right word for this?
Horniness.
Yeah.
Mix.
Yeah. Whatever the best word, subtle word for that is.
Arousal?
Arousal. Thank you. There we go. That's,
That's a good
one.
word.
Yeah.
Is that the actual word
seemed
that-
like she's
Arousal and curiosity?
Uh-huh.
For you. No. Uh-uh.
Yeah, genius.
Dude, she was hardcore flirting with you. What the fuck?
Does
I was just
it
trying to show up.
seem like she's acting in any way, or
And it worked.
okay? Are there any interesting or like thoughts around us?
Jesus
No.
Christ.
No, and looking, you don't even need to make a perception check. There's no one following you guys.
Yeah, I just
Means
want to make
about-
sure we're not about to get like fucking jumped or any shit.
Got you. Yeah, no, she motions in and you guys, you walk into this little hidden doorway and there's like a small set of stone steps that leads down into what would be like the cellar of the tavern. And you walk down there and it's like a Men in Black hidden armory room. There's like exotic weapons lining the walls. There's one wall that has a bunch of different vials and like mixtures, almost like an alchemy or like a poisoner's like little setup kit there.
Oh,
You
shit.
recognize some of that stuff over there.
Hey, you're a poisoner. Do you have any cool recipes? I'll buy it off you.
I'll sample them for you.
Yeah, I'll eat them.
I'd like to sample your wares.
Halfling.
So it becomes addicted to drinking poison.
I just imagine it's like a Harmon's table with like different like rotisserie meats or something.
That's
True-
some fan art.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Like true life addiction. I'm addicted to drinking poison.
Oh yeah.
You ask her if she has any recipes.
Yeah.
She says, well, I'm not sure. I probably have a few things up in my noggin, but it depends on your skill level. I'm not sure if I could teach you anything.
Trying to get my skill level up, so
All right. Well, you still doesn't
I'm
tell
kind
me
of
what
an
you can
apprentice,
do.
pretty much. Just starting out.
Well, you might have a few more things to learn before I can show you something. You might know all the things that I could show you at the moment.
Fair.
So what? Do you have anything here that might interest the likes of me or you?
She says, well, interest of me or you, I don't know if I have anything here, but I'm sure I could find something up in my room if you were...
Ooh, that sounds good. Well, I was talking more like, daggers, cool rogue things.
I'm sure I could show you a lot of cool rogue things. Just one-on-one practice.
Oh my god. This is very complimentary to my own life right now. I don't know what to do.
This is too real.
It's too real.
Tone it down.
Nick's blushing.
Well,
Can she?
Yeah, is Nick's blushing?
no, maybe.
Gets slightly darker gray.
Well, first, I'm just looking around for some cool things that might help me be a little sneakier. Or,
Well, sneakiness, I feel, would probably be of your own accord. Not sure I have anything to make you sneakier.
Okay, well, do you have like any magical items, I guess?
Well, I've come across a few in my time, but most of those were pilfered in order to start this. She gestures to the tavern.
Mm.
I know, it was not working, so I had to reset the app. I was just trying to play it off. Sorry.
What's about lockpicks? You got good lockpicks?
Sure, I could muster a few
Oh.
lockpicks for you, yeah.
Actually, you might be the person to ask. Do you know how to open things that are magically locked?
Well, usually a magical lock requires some type of magical means to open it, a spell.
Oh,
It would depend on the magics used.
one of you guys can take knock.
I think I can. Not till next level.
Shit.
I cannot.
Next level. I was gonna try to take a picture of this guy.
Other than that, I couldn't really show you. It would depend on the lock. I'd have to see it. If you have it on you, maybe I could give you more information.
All
Wasn't it
we'll
wooden?
Keep that in mind.
The book the book itself seemed to be made of like some hardwood, and the lock was also wooden, but it didn't seem to have like a keyhole per se. It just seemed to be like some type of lock, like built into the wood.
I relay that information to her. Well, do I hear that conversation?
Yeah, I mean it's not a very large room.
I say that to her.
She says, well, without seeing it and being able to fiddle with it, I couldn't really give you an accurate anything. I've never seen a wooden lock before, though. Not that I couldn't break.
Sounds
that
like
is.
a wooden lock would require a wooden key, don't you think?
Well, if it didn't have a keyhole, like he's saying, I'm not sure a wooden key would fit in there.
Didn't we try that key though on it?
Yeah, I thought we
Yeah, but
did.
it failed.
Then how did we try it though?
Just fucking jam it
I
in
actually
there.
don't know how we
We just set it on top of it.
I just know that it failed. I can't remember how I
Right.
tried it.
Tap it and go open sesame.
Oh, we never tried that.
So basically, she has like potions and like what?
Weapons.
Okay.
Do you,
Potions, poisons, weapons.
For my friend Kai here, get her anything she needs.
What are you looking for?
Card edge.
Beard
Well,
face?
huh?
Nothing.
Oh. Well, do you have any better quarter staffs than this piece of shite I've got?
Does look like a piece of shit, but I've probably got something that would work for you.
get some ranged throwing things?
She goes over to the wall, kind of, messes around and grabs a small, like almost baton-shaped object and hands it to you and go, I think this might suit you a little bit better. It's like this long, maybe like a foot long.
Is it $5?
She sees your look and she click the button on the side.
I'll click it.
You click it and it shoots out into a staff.
Oh, super cool.
That's dope.
She'll get that.
What?
All right.
Oh, thanks to it.
Mm-hmm.
While she was doing that, can I
Do you
try
have
and pickpocket her?
Hell yeah.
Sure. Make a
That's
sleight
like
of hand check.
So much fucking gold.
How much gold do you have?
Awesome.
I want to go look at the
21.
21. Yeah, she doesn't seem to notice, and you kind of slip in. There's not.
Over 800.
She doesn't have any like deeper pockets. The ones that you kind of notice and see, there's like 5 gold pieces in one pocket, and her daggers. And that seems to be all she's carrying.
Can
on
I
her.
try and take her daggers?
Sure.
Okay, I'll just hide them on my person.
Okay.
She's gonna.
Is there anything else I can help
She
you
needs
all
some
with?
range stuff. What are you good at? Like throwing knives?
I've got
Throwing
knives.
stars.
I've got daggers. I've got.
Do you have like shurikens?
You know, I do actually. I've had those brought over from Zentos. I've got a few of them. Yeah. How many are you looking for?
As much as you have.
Oh.
All right. She goes and grabs a pretty sizable, like, sack made of chainmail, and it jingles as she hands it over to you. There are 20 shurikens in there.
Fuck yeah.
How much is this going to cost us?
Well, couldn't give it to you for free, even from what you did with the city. If, you know, this is kind of a secret thing here. So I will happily give you a little bit of a discount. So are you just looking for the things you have now? Is anyone looking for anything else?
Well, tell me a little bit about what's in these vials.
Different poisons, a few different alchemical concoctions I've been experimenting with. I don't know a lot about that, but I've been looking into it. Poisons, however, I'm quite fond of.
Which ones are the most deadly that you have?
Well, if that's one you're looking for, they're going to be quite costly, but I've got a few of them.
I got poison of killing. I got poison of quick killing. I got poison of slow killing.
I got poison. I'm feeling really bad today.
I got a poison to cure all other poisons.
I got
As in
poisons of
poison
silent
that kills
running.
As in, you gotta take a shit real bad.
What else do you need?
Poison
You need anything
of-
else?
Slappy golf claps.
Sloppy
Sure.
golf.
Sonic dump.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks to it.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't realize I had
No
Okay.
problem.
I owe you one.
No, no.
Hey, while you're
Yeah.
looking that up, can you look up whatever other types of arrows she
Maybe a
has?
potion, why don't you give her one?
She has some of the
I
barbed
don't need
arrows
any.
that you guys have seen before. She has
Are you guys?
arrows constructed
Oh,
that
I mean,
there's
I need
like
one.
there's like a vial in the tip that is like a thin glass that would deliver a poison. When they hit, it would shatter upon impact. Instead of having to coat your arrows and then the poison wearing off, these would keep the poison until they were shot. So it was like you could fill the vial and then store them in your quiver instead of having to, you know, use an action.
I
to-
want all of them.
Okay. She only has like a handful, and I've been working on more, and I can put more together, but it would take some time. Right now, I've got about 5 of them.
That's okay. I will take the 5.
All right.
Wait, sorry. They're
Poison arrows.
They're
poison
awesome.
arrows?
Yeah, I mean, I want some, and I don't even like shoot arrows.
Nope, sorry, they're
Very
mine.
much.
How many
They're
bar-
empty
poison.
vials.
Yeah,
you have
they're
to
just-
put poison in them.
Oh,
but they
that's
yeah
what he's for.
yeah.
yeah.
That's
I was
even
just
better.
about to
She
say.
says if you're looking for something dangerous, I do have some blackroot poison. It does run about 900 gold a vial.
Okay, yeah.
Discounting, I'd sell it to you for 750.
What
But
does it do?
so the blackroot says this is something that you'd often find on drow assassins, the dark elves. If you've ever had any dealings with them, they live underground. Not sure
Yeah,
if
we
that's-
know. Yeah, we've met them.
Well, then you've seen more than a lot. It's something that would cause a fair bit of poison damage and cause the target to be poisoned for around an hour. And additionally, if they reject the poison, or if they don't reject the poison and it takes them, they would be paralyzed for a few minutes as well. So essentially, it does poison damage, and if they fail the saving throw for the poison by 5 or more, they're paralyzed for 1d6 minutes.
Holy shit.
It says I also have some bloodroot poison.
Is that a little bit cheaper?
That's a little bit more expensive.
Oh, well, I can't afford that one, so.
The black root would be injury based, something you could put into your arrows and be fired from a distance. The blood root would be ingested if you were looking to do some type of assassination or things of that nature. Things that I'm quite fond of.
I'll think about it. How much for the possibly poison arrows and the barbed arrows?
So the poison arrows, there's 5, or the ability, the vial arrows, there's 5 of them. And then the barbed arrows, there's 10. So, well, are you all paying separately? Should I put this on one ticket? Do we want separate checks?
Yeah, separate.
You all paying cash?
Yep.
All right, so you're paying for her wares.
How do you make those vials for the arrows?
The vials, it's a bit of glass blowing. You just blow the glass quite
Oh.
thin.
Okay. I don't know how to do that.
Well,
Maybe one day.
uh,
Yeah, how much for hers?
well, for that, let's call it 50 gold.
50?
Well, 100 gold.
100?
I forgot about the staff.
All right. Are you looking
It
for
wasn't a piece I made. If I had made it, it'd be a bit expensive. But that was one I found off of a contract.
you looking for anything in the wilds?
I've done my fair share of touring out there. Nothing particularly I'm looking for.
Fair. All right, just seeing if we could trade other things.
Yeah, if you come back and find me and you bring things, we'd see
Okay.
about it. You
Sounds
see
good.
what I'm working with.
Yeah, here's 100
Get
gold.
it. Thank you. And then for yours, bit of craftsmanship there. We'll have to call that 75 gold.
Do you have any interesting daggers?
Interesting magical, unfortunately, no. But, I was working on something similar to the arrow concept. Bit more of a trigger-based system. I haven't been able to test them out myself, but she pulls one out and you can see in the blade itself is inlaid a thicker glass vial, and there's like a trigger on the handle that would open a small latch and allow the poison to seep in so that you wouldn't have to, again, coat the blades. Working with methods that would allow me to keep these things prepped and ready instead of having to do it in the middle of the heat of the moment. I've just got one of those that I've mocked up. Haven't had a chance to test it. If you were looking to pick one up, I'm sure you could handle it yourself. You seem to have daft hands.
I sure do. Did she catch me? Is she referencing the fact that I took her daggers?
Or she just.
I wouldn't. Oh, God. Yep.
Tell you what, if you're looking to pick that one up, I'd say you can keep that and the other 2.
God damn it.
Let's call it 100 gold for that one. It's a work in progress.
Why? Did she perceive that shit?
Apparently.
I'll pull the daggers out and just give them back to her.
She takes them, but kind of lingers and grabs your hand for a
Oh,
moment.
no.
Not your hand, but like
Oh.
grabs the dagger and kind of holds it for a moment. Just says, Really, I've got plenty more where that came from. You
I
look like you
wasn't
might
going
be able to
I
use
was
them.
just trying to show off. I wasn't going to keep them. I already have 3 daggers. I appreciate it though.
She takes it and kind of flails it, spins it around her fingers, and like sheathes it like a revolver.
I have a question.
Yes.
You wouldn't happen to have anything for spell components, do you? Like powdered silver, powdered diamond, or anything of the sort?
None of that's ever really been my forte, unfortunately.
That's fair. You wouldn't happen to know of where I might be able to find some, do you?
Oh, there's plenty of places out in the wilds that you'd look for that. If you're looking specifically for someone peddling that, I'm sure that someone up in, if you're heading out there, Port Grey Mount, they have all sorts of things out there. If you are all brave and stupid enough to do a tour through the Witherwood, make your way to New Haven, I'm sure that you could find a mage there with spellcasting components for sale.
Do you have any animal parts?
I don't do any work in animal parts.
Okay, never mind.
Hey, what's in those bottles right there?
Those are, she's like literally been showing them the poisons and stuff. Yeah, they're poisons.
They're expensive
I thought you said those were potions.
poisons.
Poison.
Poison potions.
I have a few
Oh.
potions, yeah, but they're,
Oh yeah, what's in those?
well, I've been, working with a few things. I've got, this one came in handy out in the wilds once I learned to make it. This is a potion of animal friendship. Drink this potion and can cast that animal friendship spell for an hour at will.
Oh, I don't need magic to become friends with animals.
Nope,
how
you
much
don't.
Is that?
That's 200 gold. Sell it to you for 180.
So what is in those other bottles?
Mostly poisons and things I've been working with. I couldn't tell you if any of my alchemical concoctions would become of any use.
Does animal friendship work on Sevon?
I'm not sure. We could give it a try, though, if you're looking to.
Next time.
Do you want the
That's-
second arrow shot at you?
No.
This is what?
Now,
Huh?
I'm not interested in the dagger, but I am interested in that potion of animal friendship.
Why don't you buy it? We've gotten plenty of gold over the past little while.
You said how much? 180?
180. If you're looking, these also have come in handy on jobs before once I learned how to make them, but I've got a potion of hill giant strength. Also sell it to you for 180.
Yeah, I'll get it.
All right.
Man, you're loaded.
Yeah, I have a lot of fucking gold.
728.
I have 528.
I have no idea how much I have.
Well,
I have 637.
You talked about magical components, and I don't quite have any magical components, but I do have, used to run with a group, and these came in handy once I learned how to make them. But these mana potions, this one would allow you to recover a spell slot of 3rd level or lower by drinking it.
I'll take it.
It
all
would be,
treated.
let's call it 30 gold.
Fuck, do you have more of those?
I have a couple. I could sell you 2 of them.
2?
Two.
Take them.
How do you make those?
That requires some ingredients from out in the wilds, collected from multiple different places. If you're looking for the recipe, I can give it to you, but you'd have to know how to combine them in the right way.
Hey, Doit, do you think if you had recipe, you can make something cool like that?
I could definitely keep trying over and over and over and
Oh.
over and over and over again.
Okay, can we have recipe?
Sure, but do you have any experience in alchemy, making
Just poison.
alchemical concoctions? Well, I'm not sure you'll be able to manage this one then.
Okay, well maybe
This is an alchemist's kit recipe.
Well, can we send? Is there like a mail guy who goes from the crossroads to here?
Midcross?
Yes.
There's plenty of traders and caravans that come through, if not adventuring parties seeking to.
I've also got sending. Now that
Well,
There's
if
a reason that we
we-
call the city respite.
Right. If we send you materials, would you make them and send them back to Midcross every now and then?
Sure, we could strike up some kind of deal. It's not something I'll just do for free.
Well, yeah, obviously not.
no, I want it for free.
I was just curious if you'd
I
be
mean, if-
interested in a venture like that.
We could send a certain amount of gold with the materials.
Yeah.
If we did it in bulk too, maybe we could get like a bulk discount. Maybe 25 gold per potion.
I could
Plus
make that
enough
deal, yeah.
to post.
I think I could agree to that deal.
What ingredients do you need?
Well, you'd have to collect them from quite different areas around the wilds, but you're looking for grim flower, helm thorn, ice flower, and light of Mistra.
Where do you find these?
Like I said, various different
Oh,
places
do you
around the
know,
wilds.
like,
It's not all in
specific-
one
Oh, it's
location.
not-
Some of it will have to be
Right.
required looking in the Witherwood. So if you're looking to make a tour in there, that's your best to start. But some up from north, some from the south.
Do you know which ones are where?
It just depends on the different.
Wait, what were all of them again?
Climates.
Can you say that one more time?
Grim flower, helm thorn, ice flower, and light of Mistra.
Do I recognize any of these?
Make a nature check.
I recognize the name Mistra.
14.
14. You've heard of? I think it's helm thorn. It does grow around Pharsalus.
Would I know of any of the ones that grew in the Otherworld?
I mean, maybe it's not like
That's
the herbs and stuff aren't something that you really
That
had
is fair.
experience working with or collecting.
So I'm thinking
like
I
it as
could
a pastime.
probably figure out what the ice flower looks like. Because it's probably ice. But what about the other ones? Do you know what they look like?
Yeah, I could give you a description of them.
I know of Helmthorn. It grows
Oh,
near
okay.
my hometown.
Perfect. Damn. This is lucky.
I need those.
yeah.
If we can't get the pearl,
Yeah. Can't have the fucking pearl.
Hey, I mean, Theo made it clear that he wants something in return for it.
I know.
how about 2 mana potion?
You can come across grim flowers. Usually, they're scarcely located in grasslands and sometimes around cities. They're kind of a dark violet flower, usually around the edges of graveyards and sites of massive battles that have happened.
Wait, but then
They emit a similar smell to a corpse. So if you ever smell and rot, decay, check around. You might come across some grim flowers.
Oh, I smelled lots of corpses near my hometown.
There's
Make sure
a-
to pull them by the root. That will remove the odor once they're not connected to the dirt anymore.
Okay.
there's a
And then keep the seeds. The seeds are what you want.
Okay. Are you writing this all down?
um
And then ice flower.
If you want to give this later,
Yeah, I'll probably do that.
yeah, we don't have to do it right now.
She gives you a description.
Cool.
Grimflower though, there's a graveyard at Fossilis.
Well, then that may be a place to check.
So it
Talking
sounds
more
like
to
we can get
Mason then.
to
Is there any around there that I would know about?
It's not a flower that you would have had any medical use for, so it's not something you would have really paid attention
I
to.
wouldn't recognize it though, because I have been to the graveyard a lot.
You've probably seen a few.
perfect.
Well, I know where we can find 2 of those. I
Okay.
believe.
Are they on the way of our current objective?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
So now we need to find someone to trust who goes from here to Midcross to deliver the stuff.
Right.
Well, I mean, I don't know. We
feel like
can
that
find
can't be too
person.
hard.
Yeah,
No,
we can
probably
find
not.
that
I do have
person later.
One more thing that you all might be interested in. This was something that came of great use to me in my travels. I did learn how to make a truth serum. It's a bit pricey, run you about 130 gold. But I have one of them that I've put together
would
just
like
for
it.
a special occasion.
Okay, geez.
All right.
Out of curiosity, the person who ingests this serum, do they know that they have to speak the truth? Like, do they know that they are under a magic?
I would say, as Mason, no. It's they can't willingly speak a lie as if under the zone of truth spell, but it's different.
So they're
So they
not
don't know.
aware.
They don't know that they're
If
being
they fail the
affected by it.
saving throw, they don't know.
How did they have to ingest it? Just
It's ingested.
okay.
Is it a suppository?
If that's what you want to do with it, I'm not sure why you'd want to even get around someone's ass. But
Put 130 gold.
all right,
Give that to her.
Nice.
What's it called?
Is that all of your potions?
truth serum.
Did you get the animal friendship one?
I mean, I have
Yes.
plenty more poisons, but you all seem a bit stingy on your prices there.
well, you know, we only have so much gold, and we've got to save up for the wilds. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Is this fair?
Might need stuff out there. Also, how many healing potions do we have?
Fuck.
I have 2.
I have.
Well, in the bag.
I have 3 regular and 1 greater, and I
Ah.
still have 1 use of the Keatomes ointment, and I have 1 Halo fragrance.
Tell you what, I
only have one more.
I know how to do
potion.
most of this by just by my hand and mind at this point. I think I'd been meaning to do this for a minute, and I keep forgetting. So this is a good opportunity. But she puts down kind of a raggedy manual in front of you and says, "These are some other poison recipes if you're looking." It's the journeyman, right? Because you aren't quite journeyman
Yeah,
yet.
I'm not journeyman yet.
So this is the journeyman poisons. She says, "I'll pass it on to you again for a price.
I'll give you 5 gold for it.
A little bit more than 5 gold, dear.
6 gold.
A little bit more than 6 gold, dear.
How much?
350.
Call it 25 gold."
All right.
So I'll type that up for you eventually
Cool.
before next session.
Sounds good.
I've been meaning
Oh,
to do that.
you're gonna get journeyman in both herbalism and poisoners?
Hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna get way more than that.
And alchemist?
Yeah.
One day.
One day.
Yeah. Dwid's out to collect all the kits.
Yeah.
Like Thanos.
Alchemy is quite useful knowledge.
Yeah, it sounds pretty useful.
It's what alchemy is what allows you to make actual potions, like resistance potions, giant
fuck yeah, I
strength
wanna learn that.
potions. Like it's
Do you have like a training program?
I learned, just picked up a few things from someone I traveled with. I couldn't teach you anything.
Oh, okay. Do you
Wits
know
had
anyone?
a lot of training montages.
You can find plenty of people out and about who know alchemy.
Looks like you
You'd
need
have
more
to probably
training.
convince them to teach you.
All right, I got a good backstory for that.
I find myself after watching some anime, I've started like doing this at work all the time.
All right. Does anyone need anything else?
Listen, do you have any like traps?
Got a few bear traps and caltrops and
Oh, you have caltrops? Yeah, I want those. Hey, do you have ball bearings? I threw all mine out.
Now, what kind of rogue would I be without ball bearings, dear?
Yeah, can I have some of those?
Do you have the balls?
I don't anymore.
It's a good
They're
thing.
all gone.
It's a good thing I do.
Buy them.
What
It's a good
happened to
thing
your
I do.
balls?
Yeah, I'm glad you have
give you-
balls.
The 2 bag. I've got a couple bags of each.
I want those.
All right, 15 gold.
Wait.
For all the bags of each?
You want all the bags of
I want
each?
all the bags.
Well, I've got 1 bag of ball bearings. Caltrops, I've got a couple.
Yeah, that.
At least let Kaya have a bag.
Hold on, you
Jeez.
want some? Here,
Yeah,
she wants some too.
I'd like
All right, 20 gold.
Okay, here's 20 gold.
All right, so you get a bag of ball bearings. Your ball bearings back.
That's a good
Thought I was gonna
alliteration.
have to argue with you about how you can't pick up 1,000 fucking ball bearings.
Now you pay attention.
I know, it's fine.
1,000
Perfect.
ball
Yeah,
bearing
I
pickup.
want some traps too. What's that right there?
Well, that's a bear trap.
Yeah, I want that. And then what? Can we put this in the bag? I want to catch a bear with this.
50 gold.
Okay, here you go.
All right,
How many
yours.
ball bearings is it?
1,000 in a
1,000
bag.
ball bearings.
I know of a
Alright.
bear you
He's
can
gonna
catch with
chop
that.
off his fucking hand with that bear trap.
Do you know of a bear?
Yes, but that trap would not be big enough.
Where is this bear?
Your brother?
I can't say.
Into Witherwood?
Insight check.
All right, I've written down bear trap
Roll an
in the
insight
bag
check.
of holding because reasons.
Yes.
How big is this bear?
16.
Hey, you can't just bring up something and then not say anything. I
have
guess
this
you can.
truth serum now.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit!
I'm
Ben,
just
That's a
kidding,
16 on
Seven.
that roll.
You can try. I do not know how big the bear is.
Oh, then how do you know a bear trap not big enough?
He's just a very large bear.
Then we need
It's
to
a
find
man?
bigger trap.
Just a he.
Are you
my-
sure it's bear?
Everything has a
Where
gender,
does my
right?
16 apply here?
I don't know about that.
Where does my roll apply here? Got a 16.
Fungus.
A 16. He genuinely, like, it sounds like he's telling the truth when he says he can't say.
I don't think I seen bear that big before in the woods.
So, are we done shopping, or
Yeah, I think we
should I start
get-
sending some messages? Should we
Is my
try?
detect thoughts still going?
I'm
long does it
sure it
last?
is. Well, how long does it last again?
10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, you moving on to 7?
Yeah.
I think I'll let you give your surface thoughts here.
Big bear.
Big bear.
When you try to look into my thoughts, I'm attempting to think about this bear, but everything is clouded.
Hey,
Like-
7. Do you mind if I, look into your brain a little?
You can try. I cannot guarantee you will learn anything.
Okay. I'll look deeper.
Okay.
And you can make a saving throw if you want, or you can not.
Are you just going to let him go deeper, or are you going to...
Ugh.
Sure,
Title of
I'll,
your sex tape.
sure,
I let him go deeper.
sure.
Okay.
I don't roll one. I don't.
Okay.
It's consensual.
Yeah. This is the consensual deepening,
Uh,
which is
deepening.
also the name of my band.
You got a lot of bands going on.
Yeah.
Probe deeper. Gain insight into its reasoning, any its emotional state, something that looms larger in its mind. So you let him probe deeper?
Mhm.
All right.
Oh, whispers.
I'm
Is there
fucking
whispers?
Jealous.
Yeah.
No, Mason's just gonna yell at the whole table.
Right.
Whispers and go.
So,
So we've encountered someone who wants to bang Irfan, Nyx, Nimue, and Vlad.
okay.
I feel
listen.
bad for the sorry sort that wants to bang Seven or Tail.
Now, let's be real. Okay, Lorenzo doesn't want to bang Nimue, okay? He wants to court her.
marry
it's
her.
He
courting.
wants to love me.
Okay, but you get what I'm saying.
Right. That's why when you were like, can't Tail have a girlfriend? I literally laughed so hard the entire drive home. I could not stop laughing.
Hey, never know.
Blown.
Maybe
No.
Tail does have
There's
one.
more questions.
Fucking always.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen this campaign? We've been
Yeah.
going for the better part of a year, and we have only questions.
Only question.
So do it. Were you able to see anything?
No, but you're afraid. That's all.
Well, I mean,
found.
if it's a super big bear,
Well, I
who would
don't
not
know if he's
scared.
ever seen it or even really knows anything about it.
Oh, was it like nighttime story or
There was
Baron tell
nothing,
you?
just fear.
Oh, coward.
No.
Fear is a natural reaction.
Yeah, everyone feels it. Don't be an asshole.
Well, how unfortunate.
Yeah,
I was hoping you might find something.
maybe one day. Keep trying
Maybe one day.
if
At
you
least
want.
we can catch its baby with this trap.
We catch baby with bear trap.
Well, yeah, he said that this trap is too small, so we can at least catch its smaller one.
Oh yeah, good
But
idea.
that's only if it has a baby.
Then we use
Anyway.
smaller
I think
ones
she
to catch
does
big
have a
one.
baby. Actually,
Who? She? I thought he said it was a he.
I don't know.
Oh.
When he was thinking about it, there was actually one word said. It said "mudda."
Oh, your mother
Like
is
the
a bear.
lioness is like your mother, so his mother is like a bear.
I don't know.
Oh.
How
Your
are-
mother is a hamster?
Are you part bear?
God, no. Of course not.
Yeah, look at him. He's
That'd be
obviously a
ridiculous.
bird.
Well, I don't know. He could be bear bird.
It would be called a baird.
Well, this is all fun and all, but if you're all finished up. I'd like to
Oh,
get back
yeah.
up to my
Yes,
customers.
we
We should
should
probably get
we
going.
should
to-
maybe,
Make our way.
Irfan, if you'd like to try that spell we talked about.
All right,
Oh,
so you make your way
yes.
out of this secret Men in Black stash.
Thanks for showing us your stash.
I give her 10 gold. Thank you for your troubles.
Much obliged.
Much obliged.
Apologize.
So,
Anyways.
where are we going now?
Well, Irfan's gonna try that spell on the plant life. I'm not going to be present. I'm going to be sending some messages.
All right. So where and what are you trying this on?
Go to the epicenter.
Yeah, the
The main one?
main one.
Okay.
Wait. What was it that went into the ground? An acorn?
I don't know if Vlad, well, Vlad probably would have said something.
Well, we
I also-
saw her do it.
Yeah, that's fair.
She was the only one live.
I wonder if we can get to the point where it went into the ground.
I don't think that's necessary. I mean, so this says
Yeah, it's all connected.
if you target a plant creature or a magical plant, it makes a saving throw with disadvantage, and the spell deals maximum damage to it.
Oh dip.
And it's 8d8 necrotic damage,
Oh dip.
which would be
60.
64 damage.
All right. I do it.
All right,
That's
so the
the big
main
part, yeah.
stock. So you step forward, and this kind of sickly green energy emits from Irfan's hands into the stalk of this plant, and you see from the point kind of start to splinter out and start to wither, and the large stalk of this vine just withers and starts to turn to dust.
Oh, so is it non-magical? So if you
would
target a non-magical
that way.
plant that isn't a creature such as a tree or a shrub, it doesn't make a saving throw. It simply withers and dies. But a magical plant makes a saving throw with disadvantage and deals maximum damage to it.
Does it have hit points? Or is it dead?
It withers and dies.
Cool, it did.
But is it just that one stalk, or is it the whole?
That one stalk.
Oh shit!
All right.
Well,
so
if one stock go away, can I dig for acorn?
You
I'm
try to
close.
dig and start pulling through the dirt and throwing aside the ash and stuff of this withered plant. There doesn't seem to be an acorn anywhere.
figured the acorn was just a magical conduit, basically.
Okay, well at least that kind of works. So if we see it again, we do spell immediately, so it stops spreading.
Well, there's one more place, and I go to the. What had the sea glass? Was it the tavern?
Mm-hmm.
I go
Yep.
to the tavern and I kill the vine that Owly was sitting on, so the sea glass can be repaired.
And then I'll cast mending on the sea glass window.
Okay. You kill that vine, it withers, and you repair the sea glass.
Cool. All spell slots gone.
Good work.
And easy done there, and it looks just as good as new. There's still the hole in the opposite wall of the tavern where the vine had pierced through. But Cinna, I appreciate you removing that from a tavern. That would have been a little bit of a process that I didn't want to go through. Now I just have to repair a wall. So
Yes, less troublesome than the whole vine, I suppose.
Can you cast mending?
No, I can only really do it if I have all the pieces, and it's not like I can do a really big area. So I could do the window, but I can't do the wall.
walls.
Not the walls.
Anyways, I'm going to cast a bunch of sendings. I'm going to
Okay.
be communicating with a lot of people. All right, first spell. Going to cast sending to Grandma.
And you say?
I should have written this down. Hi, Grandma. It's Nimue.
It's me, your boy.
We've come into contact with what we believe to be the Wild King. Is there any more information you can give us about him? Also, how's Tick Tick?
The response you get is, well, it seems you have been brought into the larger scheme of things. I cannot tell you more than you already know over this spell. The boys are fine.
All right. So she says the boys are fine.
Oh, that is
So
good.
I think that includes Tick Tick and the black-haired boy that
Has
doesn't
Tick Tick
age.
turned into unstoppable killing machine?
I don't think so. I don't. She did not. She didn't say, but I'm going to have to go with a hard no. I don't think it's been
Okay.
enough time.
Yeah, probably needs some more training.
Unfortunately,
Turn him into
probably.
the Terminator, Grandma.
But she does say that there wasn't much more she could tell us about him, especially not over the confines of the
So
spell.
there's probably a lot to be said.
Probably. All right. I'll cast a message to Merton.
Okay.
Wait, who am I casting a
I
message?
think we only need to talk to Lorenzo right now
Lorenzo. What do you want me to say to him?
about if they know
Oh.
where any ley lines are into
Right.
wilds.
Also, whatever you feel.
You
I
don't know
say
shit
that.
about this.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Hi, Lorenzo. So we've discovered that maybe places with ley lines and magical connections are being targeted. Is there perhaps a map of these you could find? Please and thank you.
The response you get from Lorenzo is, Nimue, it is always a pleasure to hear your voice this early in the morning. No map that I know of. I can look into this. Check back later.
I'll check back later.
TTYL.
Magic 8 Ball says, ask again later.
Lorenzo's a magic 8 ball.
No,
You should
the,
start coming up with a code
no, the
to
Citadel.
reduce words.
You're right. Maybe I'll work on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it would really only work if I had told somebody else what the
Well,
code
yeah.
was.
I mean,
So maybe over
tell it
time-
to yeah, or like give them a.
I do tend to cast sending on Lorenzo quite a bit,
Right.
and A-Log too, so maybe we could
Yeah.
come up with some sort
For
of
the
shorthand.
yeah.
Just cut
For
out
the
the
master
middle
keepers,
words.
yeah.
Right.
Right.
Exactly. Useless.
abbreviations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I tend to use a lot of contractions
Yeah.
to really reduce
I don't
the-
know anything about language.
Oh, shit. When you say contraction is when you take two words and you kind of just mash it into one word.
Are there any
like
other messages that you're
snakes.
looking to send today?
Not at the moment. I'm going to check in with Lorenzo later, but... Oh, fuck.
Oh, you can mention it later.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he's gonna be in the library, he should probably know about it now instead of later.
Uh,
I'll just use my fourth level spell later.
yeah, maybe when we don't need it.
Yeah. If by the end of the day I haven't used it
Right,
yet,
yeah,
I'll use
yeah,
it
yeah,
to.
yeah.
Otherwise,
Do
I'll
that.
just talk to him tomorrow morning.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna cast sending on the fucking Lorenzo again.
Okay.
Also, sorry. We are very curious about a book on the Wild King. Find any information you can on this figure, and anything is appreciated. Check back in with you tomorrow, probably.
Why do you always get so nervous when you talk to him?
I get nervous when I talk to anybody. It's very hard to reduce the amount of words to 25. Okay,
All right.
sorry, go on.
Insight.
So
Yeah,
he,
it's like-
he responds, says, well, twice in one day. What a lucky man I am.
Thank the gods nobody else can hear him.
What a waste of words.
Does she blush? Do you blush?
I will look into this matter and do my due diligence. Keep you posted.
Cool.
Heart.
XOXO. LOL.
Kiss emoji.
Eggplant emoji.
Hey,
All right.
Uh,
Should we get going?
Yes.
Yeah.
Should we talk to Captain Richards first? Or to other seekers?
maybe both.
Yeah.
All right, let's go find Captain Richards.
Okay. So you glance around for a little bit and you don't come across Captain Richards anywhere in the near vicinity.
I'll ask one of the guards to see if they've
Hopefully
seen
he
him.
didn't fall.
You ask one of the guards, and he says, unfortunately, Captain Richards fell guarding the walls last night.
That is unfortunate.
I'm sorry I wasn't there.
Who is next in charge?
That's what we're looking to figure out right now. I think a lot of us are a little too new to know how that all works, but I'm sure that once the reinforcements arrive from Whitehorn, we'll get it all sorted out.
I do believe that they are amassing.
They should be here.
That's what we're told.
All right, well, good luck.
Do you know where the seekers are?
Last I saw, they were outside the gates.
Perfect.
So when Valad comes out, he wants to reconnect with Ali.
Ali flies down onto your shoulder and starts cleaning himself.
Is Thor still there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to get on him then.
Yeah, are
Let's
we
go
leaving
walk
the
around.
city then?
Get the horses, yeah.
All right.
where are we going?
Question: does that staff do anything different?
It's just a staff, collapsible staff.
It's just cool as fuck.
Like my billowing cloak.
Yeah, yeah.
It's more aesthetic
Like
purposes.
my helm.
Yeah.
Well, you could throw it at people, and then when it hits them with the button, it would be like poof. You know?
It's a double hit.
All right. So you make your way out the gates. You see the seekers there. The one closest to you is the mage who had fireballed around you guys defending the courtyard, who sees you riding out on your horses and gives a nod and kind of steps towards you all. Pulls down a hood and see. I don't know if I ever gave you the race.
Merkin.
No.
No.
I don't think so. It's just a
Grand
half elven
illusionist
man,
magic.
bald head, like bald facial, soft like facial features, and pulls down the hood on his robes and kind of leans on his staff and just looks at you all and says, "Well, are you headed out already?"
Yes, we're on a mission.
How
Well-
did you do thing where spell not attack me?
It's something I've been training for quite some time. It's just a lot of studying, learning to shape and manipulate the way my spells are cast.
Oh, that sounds like too much effort. Never mind.
Well, it was a pleasure fighting amongst you all. I don't think we would have been able to have accomplished what we did without you there in the front.
Likewise.
Still not
Agreed.
sure why they turned and ran, but
I
Yeah,
think that they
grateful.
accomplished their mission. Have you ever heard, or anybody in your party ever heard of somebody called the Wild King?
can't say we've ever come across that name. We haven't done much touring out in the wilds.
If you done lot of studying, do you know anything about ley lines?
I know that they intersect the planet, and places where they intersect are a bit more powerful than others. I
Would you,
haven't done much studying on the ley lines themselves.
Would you know of anyone that has done studying on them?
People back in Whitehorn, the Obsidian Archives, I'm sure you could speak to the Prime Arcanist about this, but it seems you're headed in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll keep in contact with them.
Yeah, we have
Very
our ways.
Are you guys just staying here?
Yes, we were assigned to respite to, for this very purpose. We, wish we could go out and do the same as you all, and hopefully that'll happen one day, but,
Why can't you?
let's just say that there was a bit of a hiccup in our training, and this is penance for that.
Oh,
I'm
that is
sorry to hear
unfortunate.
that.
We'll make it back. We'll see you out there soon enough, hopefully.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Don't have all the fun without us. Saviors of the town.
Oh yeah, we are super cool
Did it- when he
heroes.
says that, does it seem like he's actually like salty towards us?
No,
Okay.
definitely just like
Okay.
tossing it out there as it's been said and heard.
Remember the name of the talented Savan.
I'm sure many will after last night's confrontation.
What's your name?
Sylvan.
Sylvan. I'm DeWitt.
It's nice to meet you, David.
Sylvan is like the way that the
David.
The learning center.
And I am Tail of the Talented Seven, because I am hero leader.
Well, I think it's like the Talented Seven and the Polar Master now.
Sure.
Okay. So
Just keep adding names.
is Sylvan spelled the same way as like the language?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so what town we headed for again?
Midcross.
Midcross.
Oh, okay. While we are there, there's someone I want to say hi to.
Ooh.
She lives outside city.
Ooh.
Oh, friend.
Well, good luck. Stay safe. Seems you can handle yourselves. Gives you a
Tail
nod
has
and
friends.
starts going back to the other
That has
seekers who don't move towards you but raise hands and thanks and goodbye.
Wave back.
You all start to make your way out of the gates. And that's where we'll take our break for the evening. All right, and we're back. So, yes, before anyone says that, I know it's quiet. There's no music queued up for something. Just wait.
There's no music.
Oh no!
There's no music.
I
Thanks.
can't hear anything.
So,
All right, restart the recording.
you all
Get in post.
make your way out of the gates of Respite,
Downtown.
heading into the wilds. So, your journey so far has taken you from your curious meetings in Gelstead to Deadcairn on the coast of the western arm of Feldspire, and most recently to the outer edges of the Wildlands. You fought demons, bandits, and now an orc war party. You've experienced loss, romance, and new friendships. All of this preparing you for what awaits you in the wilds. For those of you who have been here before, and even those of you who have heard stories, this place is a veritable frontier, a fantastical Wild West, you could say. The lawless expanse of Feldspire houses all sorts of characters and creatures. Adventuring parties roam the lands, seeking glory and distinction enough to put them above the rest. Many cities are home to the Agency, a booking company of sorts responsible for the collection and distribution of various contracts to these bands of adventurers. Some cities house giant arenas erected for the sheer entertainment value of watching bands fight for victory or death. Groups of wranglers, known as shepherds, scoured the wilds in search of new and exciting creatures to face in those arenas. The wilds are dissected by an expansive stretch of forest known as the Witherwood. Adventuring bands and shepherds alike make tours into this deep, dark forest to prove their worth and to encounter anything that no one has seen before, and live to tell the tale. The reason that brings folks to the wilds vary, but one thing remains for certain. If you're looking to make your mark on this world, the wilds are a good place to start. Any questions?
Do we level up?
No.
Okay, I thought that's where we were going with that too. Thank you.
Yeah, we literally just hit level 7.
Okay, my lord.
And
Yes, my lord. Damn.
Oh, yeah. Probably turn that down a little bit.
hell yeah, that was epic.
Yeah, that was epic.
I'm
was
so ready to
dope.
get our asses
Fucked
kicked.
up.
Nailed it.
So does that mean that there's going to be more romance in the wilds?
Romance in the wilds.
Never know.
That's my favorite novel.
Romance in the wild.
Can I take
Just
a...
because I can't remember the map.
Uh-huh.
What?
Do you want the map?
No, it's okay. Just what side of the forest are we entering? Is it the
The western side.
west? Okay.
You're not entering
Um,
the forest, but you're
Well, yeah,
coming out
So
on the
forest is
western.
like
How
south of us.
far
Yeah.
are we from Midcross?
So, Midcross from you would be a 6-day journey on foot. Horseback is going to shorten that journey to 4 days.
Okay.
Good horsey.
Thank God we have horses.
What have you guys named yours?
Delilah? No.
Hey there.
Well, someone gets the horse that Tail was riding on.
I'll take it.
How many
Not
horses do we
Kaya.
have?
Oh, okay.
Tail would
Five?
not give it to you.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Well,
I'm still sharing
7 and Nick should double up.
because I'm not even 100.
We have 8 of us, 5 horses, and a warg. The lad has to ride
So
alone.
there's 2 people that are sharing.
Tail has
Or
to ride
2
alone.
horses that are sharing.
Yeah. Nix, you can ride with me.
All right.
Who's sharing?
I'll ride with 7.
All right. So that's
All
who's
right.
sharing.
You want to name your horse, brother?
Here we go.
No, I don't
7.
particularly care.
Fair.
Silent Hoofy.
What? It's like, what, you name these things?
Clippy
Yeah.
cloppy.
Okay, I'm
If-
gonna name mine.
God no.
If you name it, you get more
I'm
attached.
gonna name mine Death on 4 Legs. Perfect. Look, he's bigger than all of yours, too.
Is he?
Well, to support him, yes.
Probably.
You just give him the skinniest one.
No. Anyway,
So, as you make your way out of the
Doffel.
You're Doffel.
as you make your way out of the
That
gates,
name's Doffel.
you make your way through that kind of ravine that you saw, and now in daylight you can see there's like 2 smaller, they're not tall, but like cliff sides that this orc war party had marched through, and the one up to the left is where you had seen the dire wolf perched that night before 7. And you make your way through these cliff sides, and emerging from them, the landscape doesn't look all too different from what you had just left. You seem to be heading at a slight decline into like a valley-like area.
I would like to take a second to work with Owly and just kind of like try and start teaching him how to obviously like scout ahead and just push him off my shoulder, push him away,
Okay.
and point.
All right. Yeah, if there's anything you guys want to do throughout your day, travel, just let me know.
I'm guessing I
Goodness.
can't take a short rest.
You just
Or
took a
just take
long
a long
rest.
rest.
Why would you need to take a short
Because he needs
rest?
his 2
Use
spell
all
slots back.
Oh.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, you wouldn't necessarily be able to. Well,
Well, I mean, it's
you're
a
kind of just trekking.
self-guided.
I mean, are you? It depends on that also depends on your travel. Are you guys just meandering? If you're meandering and just kind of walking on horseback, it'll still quicken your travel.
Not quite for
But you
Death on 4
the
legs, calm
dogs.
down.
you will be able to take a short rest if you're going at a slow pace. If you're quickening your pace, short pace will shorten it to 5 days travel. If you quicken your pace, you can make it in 4.
Well, can we just shorten for however long we need him to take a or a short rest and then pick it up?
I mean,
What
for
if we
about
just
an
leave him
hour,
behind?
sure.
Yeah, why don't we just do that?
Can't
Yeah.
we just tie him to the back of the horse and let him sleep?
Yeah, I don't think that he'd be able to
You're
rest
supposed
quite
to be
well.
sharing.
No, I
Let
mean,
someone else guide your horse while you nap.
he doesn't have to take a nap. He just needs to rest.
Yeah.
We'll just go slower while he takes a rest,
Yeah,
and then we'll
and
pick it
then
up
we'll-
once he's
yeah.
done.
Okay.
Once he feels rested.
So while you're doing, because if there's anything you want to do during the day as well, it has to be done at the short pace. You couldn't be doing it like while riding heavily.
Well,
So-
what about like keeping an eye out? Because I just wanted to see if I could tell. like,
Perception checks would be at disadvantage, but
that's fine.
Yeah,
I just want to see if Dora will tell me anything or if not. If not, then I'm just gonna like talk to him, like just speak at him pretty much.
God.
you get the sense that talking amongst everybody is not something that he wants to do.
Fair enough.
So, Vlad, what are you? What exactly? You're just trying to point and tell him to go scout.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Trying to make him learn. Look, we're going this way. Learn. That way. Go look, see.
Okay. Ali
What
hears
do
this and
allies see?
takes off, and you see him kind of make some circles off in the sky above. Eventually, circle back and come down and land on your shoulder.
What does he do?
Nothing. You didn't teach him to do anything. You just told him to fly.
Okay.
So,
Good. That's okay. It's a good start.
so maybe you should teach him how to tell you if he sees enemies or something.
This is a good start. Owly, tell me about the enemies next time.
I'd
And
like.
then I'll give him Owly loves.
Aw, that's adorable.
You can see it like following beside you. Tux, the cat's kind of like pouncing around, chasing like butterflies and bugs that are buzzing around in the area.
Hell yeah.
Like will stop and roll around in the grass a little bit. And
Hey, Tail.
stretch out.
Oh, yeah.
What's with the acid stuff now? Aren't you a lightning kind of guy?
Oh, kind of.
Okay. Well, why are you doing that instead?
Oh, I just thought that it might be better
Why'd you think that?
because I'm more used to it.
Oh, really? So you're like getting used to lightning, and you're more
Kinda.
comfortable with the acid.
A little bit.
Well, why'd you switch back? I mean, it takes time to get used to the lightning. Shouldn't you keep up with that?
Well, I just thought if we're countering enemies, I should probably use magic 'cause I'm more used to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to keep an eye out for enemies and anything unusual, but I also wanted to see if I could see where, like, the orcs, like, I'm sure they had to come this way. If there's, like, a place where we see that they aren't, like,
Make a survival check.
any more footsteps of theirs or anything like that. 22.
22.
Oh, wait, is survival intelligence or wisdom?
Survival's wisdom.
Then, yeah, 22.
22. Yeah, you can clearly see like the tracks. That the ground's pretty stomped, but you can tell that it follows the road out of the ravine, and the grouping of them seems to follow the path, the direction that you're going.
Okay. I definitely want to keep on a lookout for anything near us, orcs or otherwise.
Yeah, do you say that?
Yeah.
Okay, make a perception check.
Yeah, I'm
If
gonna,
you're doing it right now while you guys are going slow pace, just regular.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to guidance myself.
No.
That's cocked. Okay. 20. Total.
20. See an owl with one green and one blue eye.
Oh God, not
Can't pick
again.
one.
You see, as you're going, you don't see any orcs or anything following you per se. You do notice that there are like with a 20, you notice that there seems to be another owl, not Owly, that has kind of been gliding along with you and will land in the tree branches. Watch and take off as you pass and kind of glide
Death
along
on 4
with.
legs. Jesus.
Come on, Doffel.
Calm down, Papa.
This is God Doffel.
Okay. Hey, Vlad, there's another owl that seems to be following us.
Where?
Over there.
Where?
Right there.
That, oh! Owly! Owly, go!
It's like a great horned owl.
Oh, so bigger than Owly.
A lot bigger than Owly.
Maybe they're hunting Owly. Maybe they're not happy with him, or
You point at the owl and Owly notices it and does not leave your shoulder.
maybe. I don't think that it might be like
Is it bad
encroaching
owl?
on his territory. I don't know. Can I roll an insight check on the owl?
No.
Yo, what you want, Al?
I don't want to waste that potion.
Hey, Thor,
right
is
now.
that bad animal or good animal?
Well, I tell you, Owly won't move off my shoulder.
Says it is an owl.
Okay, it is just owl, nothing bad.
I
If
mean,
that owl scares Owly anymore, I'm gonna kill it.
but I mean, don't do that. Leave him be. Like he's just following us. Just keep an eye out. I don't want him to
Don't
hurt.
scare
Yeah,
my
he's
Owly.
cool.
You know, you should probably get your cat. He's probably hunting your cat.
You hear
Going to-
in common as you say this, Thor go, I would not recommend that.
Hey, who said that?
Oh, I would not recommend that.
What are you not recommending? You
Touching the
talk in a
animal.
weird voice.
Oh, no, I always talk like this. Nothing weird about way I speak.
You know, Irfan, you should probably grab your cat. It might be hunting your cat.
I pick
Why?
up Tux.
Right
Why
up,
do you
and
recommend not this?
Tux is like batting at a small dragonfly, and you pick him up, lift him up onto the horse, and he doesn't seem quite as comfortable up there.
Well, if we want to start riding fast, you're going to have to keep the
Yeah.
cat on the horse.
I put a blanket down and make it comfortable for him.
Pseudo
Needs some
gas.
muffins. and
Wear
then-
him around your neck like a scarf.
Nah.
Yeah.
Why do you not recommend this?
Recommend what?
The killing the owl.
Oh, cause it's just there. If you do something bad to it, something bad might happen to you.
Bad omens.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Plus, it's a cool bird.
So let's just continue.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send a message to Nimue. I'm going to just say, "Hey Nimue, if you see any hobgoblin with feather on it, please let me know immediately. Thank you."
He's like riding right next to you,
I just hear him whisper something, and then I
and
just
then you hear it in your head. Yeah.
like, okay.
Okay.
Hears it out loud and then in his head.
What? What's it? Huh?
Okay, let's go.
'Kay.
Let's go fast.
All right, so you recover your slots. You take that rest, and you guys, as your phone kind of cracks his neck. All right, it's ready to go. You guys take off at a faster pace. Was there any? Well, I guess you guys are just traveling for that day. So eventually, you make it. You continue down the road. The scenery starts to change. You can see, starting to your right, you can start to see the Riverna Rise mountain range start to take shape. As you start to approach it, the road seems to wind on starts to dip down into the valley that is the Wildlands. And you set up camp for that first evening. The day goes by without any issues. To build a fire.
While we're moving.
Sounds.
I'm sorry, I'm excited.
Allie?
Tiny hut.
Okay.
Bitch.
So, is anyone setting up a watch, or are you guys just sleeping in a tiny hut?
We'll do.
Everyone sleeps at the same.
I will keep first watch.
Yeah, we'll do watches.
Gonna go
I'll-
first watch, but
I'll take a watch with Taylor.
Okay.
Hey, Nix, you want to help me study this poison book?
Sure. Oh, right, you can't read.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
tell
of
me what it
course.
says.
Yeah, of course. I'll read it to him.
All right.
You want me to teach you how to read this, or?
I already tried.
Happy.
I know how to read happy. That's
I
it,
mean,
though.
if you want to read more, you just let me know. I can.
I
teach
don't
you.
think you will find
Um,
happy in that book.
It's useful.
Yeah, I might learn. Sure.
All right.
That sounds good.
Well, let's go over the recipe, and I'll teach you how to spell each of the ingredients.
Okay.
We'll start there.
All right, make an intelligence check.
14.
14. Starts to pick it up. Like, just pick it up. I mean, it's not quick and it's not immediate, but you're getting it.
Cool.
You're riding the bike, David.
I'm riding the bike. I got the training wheels.
This is the worst kids' nighttime storybook ever.
Learning how to make
All right.
poison.
Yeah.
So you two,
was
you
my
two
favorite
taking the
book growing
first
up.
watch. I would like perception checks, please.
I'm going to guidance myself.
I'm going to pretend I guidance myself and I get a 19, 18.
Natural 20 plus 3 plus 7, 30.
I'm helping, I swear.
So you both see as you're watching that evening, off in the distance, maybe 50 feet from your camp, illuminated by the moonlight, you see the large shape of that white dire wolf that you had seen, the druid, from the battle, just sitting, not moving towards you, sitting and watching. Nimue, you notice the same red paint that the same, like the druid scouting party had on it. You can, like, you see the dire wolf, you both see that, but the red paint kind of denotes that it is one of the druids from that group, just watching, not moving towards you.
I'll kind of like nudge Tail a little bit and be like,
That's one of the druids.
from the orcs.
Hey, Thor, is it going to do any harm? Should we? What do you think?
Raises his head, is like laying down next to you and kind of raises his head off his paws and looks in the direction and says, "Leave it." And lays
Okay.
back down.
I think we should leave it alone. I mean, if it wanted to attack us, it would have done so by now.
Should we try to talk to them?
Sure.
Oh gods.
Friends?
I cast message on the wolf thingy. Say,
Hello, friend.
hello, wolf person. Is there something you want from us? Why are you just watching us?
You get that feeling that the message was received. You receive no response, and the wolf still sits in the same spot, just watching.
Okay, well, it seems like you can hear me, but if you don't want to talk, that's okay. Maybe another day.
Ask them if they're following us. Nod if yes.
Are you following us, or did you just see us and want to stand by fire?
Same feeling, no response.
I don't think I can talk.
Well, I mean, it can nod. Shake its head. Ask yes or no questions.
Okay. Nod for yes, shake head for no. Are you friendly? Are you... I'll
One
start-
question at a time.
Are you friendly?
Just looks in your direction.
Okay, I'll
No
take
movement.
that as a
Oddly
it's
still.
thinking about that. It's a statue.
Don't think that's right.
Cardboard.
Okay, well, it's not doing anything right now, and I trust Thor, so if he says no, leave it alone, maybe we should leave it alone. It will go away.
I don't think it's going to go away.
Well, I mean, not much we can do now. If we attack it, we don't sleep well, or if we attack it, then it starts being more hostile toward us.
Yes, I don't think it's smart to attack.
Then I send last message. I say, okay, wolf person, we'll just leave you there. So if you want to talk, I'm right here.
Please don't attack.
Uh, please don't attack. Okay, good night. That's it.
And when the next people get up to take a watch, we'll let them know about the wolf.
Yeah, your watch passes and it doesn't move. It just sits there watching. Who is taking that next watch?
I will. Got a nap.
Okay.
I'll do it.
All right. So do it in your fun. These two kind of wake you up and inform you of the wolf, and you see it sitting out there, just watching.
We tried to talk to it, but it wouldn't talk to us. And it hasn't made any movement in all this time.
And you should probably leave it alone so it doesn't do anything bad. I mean, it's just watching.
Do you think it's talking to your reward?
I don't think so, because otherwise I would have heard something.
Seems to just be watching us.
Yeah.
It might be following us. Oh, the owl.
Oh yeah, so just leave it alone. It will be bored. Anyway,
Alright.
I'm going to sleep.
Okay.
Good night.
Since this has already been pointed out, you guys don't need to make perception rolls. You're very aware of
12.
Yes.
this
You
wolf.
lost track.
Where did it go?
It doesn't move the entire night. Just watches. You see you see this, and you see the sun starts to rise, and as the light starts to hit the area where the wolf is, it stands up, and turns, and starts to walk away from you, and then disappears behind a tree. Morning comes. The rest of you awake. and
Hey,
begin the next day of your journey.
Maybe it's vampire wolf. Sleep at day, wake at night.
Yeah, that's what the horse said.
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay, anyway, let's continue our journey.
Okay.
What should we do about that?
I don't think
I don't know
there's
if there's
much we can do.
Just keep going?
Hello.
Yes, let's just keep going.
As we start going, I'm gonna send a message to Lorenzo.
Okay.
Hello, Lorenzo. Did you find anything? Hope you're doing well.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Says, well, I asked around about the map of these ley lines that you asked me to, and there doesn't seem to be a map. No one quite knows how to do so, but the Prime Arcanist does seem to know a little bit about them. Also found a book made of wood. Can't open it. On the Wild King. That's it.
So apparently the ley line's not been mapped, but the High Arcanist does know some things about it. Is there any specific questions that we'd like to know that I could ask Lorenzo to then ask the High Arcanist?
Is there a ley line near where we are going? Like near Midcross, near that other city I can't remember name of?
Well, I don't think it's about where the ley lines cross, I think. Because there's ley lines practically
Well, I
everywhere.
mean, does he know where ley line might cross near us?
Can we ask him if he knows about the two different types of corruption, or just
Yeah.
the effect that the two different types that we have seen? If he knows anything about the blackened spots or the giant
The
vines?
outgrowth.
Okay. Okay.
Or if he knows maybe who's doing that? I don't know. I have a lot of questions.
You are correct, though. It is the ley lines themselves hold power, but when they intersect, it is both of those powers in one spot.
Okay. I'm
Are
gonna.
there different kinds of ley lines?
Is there something that might indicate there is a crossing?
You can do this in 25 words, right?
Yeah.
Shorthand.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to do some checking on this to make sure I don't
Checking,
succeed
checking,
the word
checking,
limit.
checking.
So
It's what,
we'll just keep
25?
writing while I'm thinking about it, and I'll
No
send a
news
message
from
later.
Fenchurch today.
25 words, right?
Right.
To anyone who
Okay.
plays Destiny, you're welcome.
Yeah.
And let us continue.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do, or just continuing at a quick
I
pace?
think we're just doing quick pace, right?
Okay.
Quick pace.
Yep.
10 paces.
All right. So you make it. You can see now to your right the large sprawling mountain range of the Riverna Rise come up next to you, and as you start to see the sun set and begin to set up and make camp for your second evening. So who
During
would?
that day, can I also do the same thing with Allie, trying to teach him to scout?
If you're traveling at the fast pace, no. It would have to be at a slow pace to do anything like that. Yep. So that second night, who is taking that first watch?
I will.
I will as well.
Okay. So I'd like perception checks from both of you.
Hey, you want to help me with some reading again?
Yeah, let's do it.
Make
No,
another
it.
intelligence check.
14.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. The lessons the night before, Nick seems to be a really good teacher of words. And you're starting to pick it up pretty quick. He's starting to learn. I mean, like, you're not having to really spend a lot of time on certain pronunciations or words. You're starting to learn to write as well.
This is going well.
I'm
Thanks.
glad to hear it. You're a great student.
You're a
Probably
great
because
teacher.
I helped you out.
What were the
Yeah.
perception checks?
It was your original teach-ins.
That's what I thought.
Damn it. 14.
14.
With your bird eye see, not
Yeah,
much
you-
apparently.
You both kind of watch, keeping in mind the wolf that you were told about the night before, and you don't see anything as your watch goes. Who would like to take the second watch for the evening?
I'll do it. All alone, okay.
I mean, I'll go.
All right.
Oh, sorry, I was writing. I'll take a watch.
Okay.
You want to? Okay, I'll
All right. So perception checks from both of you.
I'm gonna guidance myself. Natural 20 again.
Wow.
So
Jesus.
28.
A 28.
That's my third one of the night.
Well, you needed a 25
fuck
to get
you,
some
Katrina.
stuff. So
11.
11. So, Kaya, you don't see this until Nimue points it out, but as you guys are watching, you don't see the wolf, but you notice not just one of the great horned owls, but there are two perched on a branch not far from you. And with your 28, you notice that they also have red painted stripes along their feathers, almost like some type of marking. Similar depiction as the druids or the wolves or the wargs that were with them.
Why do you think they're following us?
Well, it might be that they recognize us from that battle. They might be making sure that we're not making any moves against them.
It doesn't make sense that they're following us if we went after them.
Well, the thing is that they could have never left if they've been patrolling the city in that form. They could have been around us the whole time and we would have never known it.
That's fair. Still, why us?
Well, we did kind of dominate that battle quite a bit. The lad did do quite a bit of damage to that army.
I didn't do shit.
Me neither, honestly. I think that they're just making sure. They don't seem to be making any aggressive moves towards us. I mean, they might be waiting for us to fall into some trap. I think that we should just be keeping an eye out. But honestly, I think at this point they're just watching us to make sure that we don't encroach on whatever that is that they're doing.
I'd agree we should keep an eye on them.
Oh, caution is definitely the thing that we should be doing in these
There are
times.
the owls. It's not Owly. It's the other owl.
The owls that actually say
shit.
who.
I
Well-
can't mimic that noise for Owly. Owly just says, "Ooh, ooh, oh, fuck."
Allie, say fuck.
Tauntaun's coming out my asshole.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
Nimue.
That's the bulb.
21, 22.
So that next night, that's all you guys see. You don't notice the wolf. You don't notice anything. Morning comes and you continue that next leg of your
Wait,
journey.
are you going to say something?
Sorry, go
I
ahead.
just want.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
I just wanted to say sorry for the week ago or a couple weeks ago when I confronted you. I wasn't trying to be mean or anything.
I know you aren't.
I
Just-
call everyone lost, just so you know. It wasn't condescending.
If you say so.
It's not. I call everyone not.
I just hope you understand why I'm cautious.
No, I do. Especially after what happened a couple days ago.
Yes. So I'd appreciate it if you would keep your wits about you. Don't do anything threatening. Because honestly, this group doesn't quite trust you yet. We barely trust each other, so
Fair.
don't be quick to assume it's only you.
No,
All right.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so that next day, you guys continue your travels.
Rock made the fast trace still.
Unless you want to express your want to train. Right.
Okay.
Fast travel.
Gotta go fast.
So you continue on. That third day, about midday, you start to, well, the Witherwood starts to become visible right at the base of the Riverna Rise and stretching off to your right. And you see the edge of this large forest. The trees, thick and heavily laden, seem to be dark and ominous. The trees themselves look vibrant and alive, but they look almost to be monotone shade of what you'd expect, which heightens this feeling. Gaining any sight deeper into the forest is almost impossible, as the vegetation seems to grow thicker and thicker the further the forest goes in, and a thick fog swirls around the base of the trees. You get this deep, eerie sense that many eyes are gazing out towards you from just beyond some unseen barrier. It leaves you questioning thoughts on that matter. Other than that, you don't notice much as you're kind of driving or driving your horse cars.
So are we going into there, or are we just?
No, the
Are we
road
just
goes
driving
by.
there?
You're driving past. It's
Sir.
a drive
by.
Sir, the horse cars are called Mustangs.
Nay. It's that third night.
Oh wait, I'm going to cast sending.
Okay.
Again. All right, to Lorenzo.
Uh-huh.
Could you ask the Arcanist, are there ley line crossings near Midcross? Or know about any blackened dead spots or huge vines on ley lines?
Okay.
That's exactly 25 words, which is...
There's a
I
magical
will
activity on there.
pass on this information and see what I can find for you. Take care.
Love you.
Cool.
All right. Anything else for the day?
I'm just always keeping a watch out as we're traveling.
Yeah, see, when we stop, I want
Alright.
to spend time without me.
Like when you're setting up camp?
Yeah.
Okay, we can work that in. Nimue, roll a perception check at disadvantage for your pace that you're traveling at.
Guidance. $23.
23. You notice a little bit less obvious, but every once in a while you still see the great horned owls following you. 2 of them.
This is the third
As you
day
travel.
we're traveling, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're still following us, everybody.
So
They've been following us this whole time.
that night you go to set up camp. Vlad, what are you wanting to do with Owlie for this day?
It's like I'm just I want to start teaching him. It's like I want to start throwing things up, and it's like I wanted to like catch rocks and sticks or something. Anything that I can throw up, have him try and catch it in the air.
Catch it in the air? Okay.
It's doing the bird.
I'd say for you, make a dexterity check, and I'm going to roll for Owlie.
Allie has a plus 12.
Oh, damn.
21.
21. At the beginning, Owlie seems to have trouble, like, pinpointing the things you're throwing, and you start to play into not just throwing it up in the air, but watching where Owlie is going and start realizing throwing things like up in front of him, and starts to catch, not all of them, but starts to be able to catch some of the things that you're throwing up in the air.
Yes.
Ali is going to
It'll
be
probably
the,
take some more training on this.
the MVP
task.
of the BBEG fight.
Yeah.
The big bad evil guy.
Yeah, I throw Tux in the air and Allie catches him.
And Aoi flies away and feeds it to his children.
Finals like
What you didn't know is the BBEG is allergic to cats.
That's its one weakness.
All right.
Owls and cats.
Who is taking the watch this first watch for the evening? Okay.
Join him.
I don't take. I'm just kidding. I'll stick with first watch.
Okay. Roll perception checks.
You want to do some more
You
reading?
Guys, who dis?
Yeah.
Ooh.
13.
21.
Okay.
You want me to roll again?
Yeah.
Woo! 11.
11.
Wait, can you stop banging on the drums?
Feels good.
We're trying to sleep.
Sorry.
It's a little bit slower as you kind of like you've got what you learned the evening before, and now you're kind of trying to start writing some of the stuff, and once you're into this writing aspect, it's a whole new ball game, and it's a little bit more difficult. You're having a hard time picking up on that.
Phonetics, you know.
Yeah.
They're difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting better.
Yeah, that's okay. It
Yeah.
takes a lot
Shit.
of work.
Yeah.
You
Right.
don't
TIOs.
just learn it overnight.
Yeah.
But here's something
Fuck
that
language.
will help keep you motivated. Flicker, go give the wit a kiss. I'll open my jacket.
Flicker, like, flies up and He pecks him.
Good flicker.
Oh my
Flies
god,
back
that was
into
wonderful.
Nix's pocket.
All right.
See?
Yeah, I'm not worried.
You guys and your
How long has that thing
goddamn
been in
pets.
there?
Yeah. Where did you get that? Yeah.
That's a little avian inspiration for you.
Oh, I see.
Get it?
No.
Because you're a bard.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I get
Just
it now.
of the bird
yeah,
variety.
yeah,
you know?
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't think bats are
It is
birds.
not a bird.
So
Well, it has wings.
So
I
do
don't care.
dragons.
What are they? What are they?
They're mammals.
Marsupials. I don't
Okay,
know.
Dragons?
they're fucking birds.
They're definitely not birds.
dragons are their own species.
They're definitely mammals.
They're
Okay, no, that
mammals.
makes sense. You guys.
So on that
Noise
first
isn't
watch,
bad, that's a
They're
joke.
as you
flying
guys
puppies.
as you guys are watching, Kaya, you hear this like a twig snap off into the woods, or not the woods, but just in the brush, and there's trees around you guys, but not thick like the woods. There's groupings of trees around the base of the mountains. You hear a twig snap, and you look around. You don't see anything. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard the twig snap.
Okay.
Really
Where?
nearby, where? Like behind us? Where?
Yeah, like off behind you. You're not quite sure where. You just heard it.
Over there.
You're not quite
Okay,
sure
well-
where. Over there.
Can you see what it is?
No, but I'm assuming it's those. I don't know. Those
Those-
owls have been following us.
Are
and
those
that
wolves?
wolf- Okay.
Hey,
Always.
It's
perfectly
aliens.
hey, Thor, if you notice,
to probe your anus.
Thor, if you notice anything we should not leave alone, can you let me know?
Sorry, what did you say to him?
If you notice anything that we should not leave alone, can you let me know?
I will do my best.
Okay, I appreciate it, friend. Okay, well, I guess we shall just continue to look there. I don't know what else we can do. Is it coming in the direction of the forest, or?
Huh?
Is it coming from the direction of the forest?
The forest is a ways off, but like some of the
yeah.
groupings of trees around you.
Okay. Well, if it's too far, then I don't know. You can if you want to.
I mean, I hear the twig snap. That's pretty close.
Could be just random animal. Or you can check if you want. I will watch you from here. Just kidding. I'll go with you. Hey, Thor, you stay here. Watch camp. I will go with this person to look at thing.
Have fun.
I will, like
Okay.
always.
Alright.
Okay,
Should we
let's go.
stealth up?
sure.
Right.
I'm not good at this.
Okay, roll stealth checks.
He's wearing plate armor.
Oh, I critically failed.
This is off to a
Well,
good start.
It's 16.
16.
Yeah.
So it would be a 4.
Your failed attempts at stealth wake the whole party.
Yeah. You both crouch down and tail. You like right as you go to turn and walk away from camp, your foot catches one of the rocks, and there's this loud like as the armor crashes into the ground.
Everybody else roll perception.
You all jolt awake at this noise and glance out of the hut and can see, slightly hazed by the red, yellow, and red of the hut's exterior, tail on the ground. Like, I'm okay.
Oh, there's just twig snapping, so going to check it out. Have a good night.
Don't you think that you shouldn't be wandering off alone?
Oh no, don't worry. Kaya's coming. Okay, never mind. Worry.
I'll just stay up and watch them as they walk over.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
I'm going back to bed.
So you make your way over to around the vicinity where you heard the twig snap. Make survival checks for me.
Unfazed.
9. Got a little disoriented by that fall. So.
Oh no, that's
Popped
a
your head.
6.
Yeah, you both kind of go in that direction, start looking around, and you don't see anything. You can't quite tell where the snapping came from.
Oh, if it come back, it come back. Whatever. Let's just go back.
Okay.
Right.
I'm going to look around me the whole time we're walking back to the keep.
Make a perception check.
I just walk straight back.
7.
7?
7?
Yeah.
Nimue else make a perception check.
What the heck?
Since I'm watching with her, does she get advantage?
Not great.
You can both
15.
roll a perception check if you're also watching.
That's pretty bad for me.
Compared to 7.
I got
Alright.
a 14.
A 14. So you guys start heading back to camp, and Nimue, as they're kind of getting closer, you start looking around. You look kind of behind you where the dome is, to where you had tied the horses to the trees. Behind you, there are no horses.
Our horses are gone.
Shit.
I wake up.
7 lays back down and just shoots back up.
What?
Well, time to find horses. I get on top of the door.
I'm gonna walk to where the horses were tied up, and I'm gonna see if I can find their tracks.
Make a survival check. As you get up, you don't need a roll for this. You notice over by the trees, the ropes, some of the reins and stuff that had been tied to the trees are cut.
Oh.
You're
For
supposed to be watching out for this.
you said survival, right?
I did.
Myself.
Yeah, 24.
24. You easily find the tracks of the horses, and they go off away from the road, away from where you are, in the direction of the Witherwood.
Okay, so I can see the tracks. They're still pretty fresh. These ropes were purposefully cut.
Well, we've
So-
been being followed this whole time.
Yes.
They're probably trying to slow us down.
So
Maybe they're trying to bait us.
That's
we have two options.
that's not possible.
We can just continue and not follow, or we can track down our horses.
If it goes into woods, I do not want to go in there. It's not very fun in there.
If
I think-
they're in the woods, then we'll abandon them. But I think that we should at least try to look for them. They do quicken our
Okay, well, do you want to follow the tracks for a little bit and see how far it goes?
We
Not-
could just go to like the base
Okay,
or the edge
Follow some
of the
tracks.
forest. Like if it goes that far to the edge of the forest, just stop at the
Yeah.
edge.
We can start going sneakily too.
Okay, so let's
they're
follow it.
probably-
So let's follow the
So you start to
tracks for a
follow the
bit.
tracks, and you're trying to do it stealthily.
Yes.
Whoever's
I will
following
cast,
rolls stealth checks.
I will
I'm
cast
following.
Pass Without Trace.
So I do disadvantage if I'm
I'm
on
gonna
top
guidance
of
myself.
Thor.
Oh, man.
Actually,
Same.
Yeah, because
Okay,
you're
yeah,
riding
that's
a
fair.
giant
I'm gonna
fucking...
guidance tail
Dope. Okay. Oh, jeez. that didn't
because
make
I know
sense
you're
out
bad
of
at
the box.
those.
Wow, it's random.
17.
24.
It's 2 natural 20s, 17 and 24.
20 total.
That's a 40 total for me.
Holy
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
33.
All right, fucking Vaxil Dawn over here.
Yeah, what the
20 for 36.
3 natural 20s.
Holy shit. Wow.
Yeah, you
I
guys...
got a crit, but I had disadvantage.
Holy shit.
yeah.
There's 4.
But he had
But I had
disadvantage.
disadvantage, though. So
Oh,
I got
oh,
17.
right.
I
You
got
guys-
24.
Fucking... All right. You guys decide on this, and it's like everyone in unison just like hunkers down. And there's
We've
no
gotten really good at it.
twig snaps. Yeah, you guys are an absolute stealth unit.
Well-oiled machine
Yeah.
over here.
What an
No
absolute
problems
unit.
whatsoever.
You
in
start
this
to make
party.
your-
Trip
as-
if I'm not doing the walking.
As you hop on Thor and kind of explain what happens, there's just an audible like. You start walking after the horses. You walk a ways and kind of there's groupings of trees and some. Sorry, I didn't realize that was as loud as it was. There's some.
I don't want to follow anymore.
No worries. There's some thicker, and you follow through those. And eventually, you can kind of see there's an open, kind of grasslandy plains that reaches out, and you can see those of you with dark vision can see the edge of the Witherwood just barely on the edge of your vision. And you don't need perception checks. You can see the horses making their way into the Witherwood.
Are they being led?
No. Make a perception check on that, actually.
Do I get a perception check with advantage?
22.
Yeah, you would. 22?
Yep.
Well, let's see what Julian gets to, but
Me to beat 22.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
no, I'll
excited
give a
about the
17.
advantage. All right. You don't see anything leading them, but you can see two faint shapes in the air gliding above them.
I think that they're trying to trap us. There's two owls in the air. But our horses are right there. I think that we should try to get them. Our progress is much better with them.
I'm going to use my primeval awareness.
Uh huh.
And I can communicate simple ideas to a beast as an action and can read their basic mood and intent, so long as I didn't attack them in the past 10 minutes.
Okay. What's the range?
I don't know. I'll have to check.
I believe primeval awareness is like a mile or something
Yeah,
of
it's
that
something
sort. It's
wild.
large, so you don't. It's fine. You don't have to look. So what are you? You're trying to read the horses?
First, I want to see like their intent and their mood first, and see what kind of how they're feeling, and then I want to say an action after I know.
They're like, just chill, bro. No, the mood that you get from the horses is like a. What's the best phrasing for this? Like a renewed sense of purpose and direction.
I'm gonna use my divine sense to see if there's any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet that's not behind total cover.
You're undead. You use this and you kind of reach out and something stirs within you and your senses kind of extend out, searching for anything of that nature, anything of a nature unlike the normal humanoid life that exists on the plane. You don't sense any area around you.
Okay.
After reading their mood, I want to reach out to whichever horse is in front and say,
Okay.
Stop.
Why?
Oh, I didn't think I'd get this far. Where are you going?
He calls.
Who is he?
It's a wild gang.
That's all you get.
Hey, Thor, why are horses being like that?
No clue.
It's not this wild king that you have been with before?
I've never met the Wild King.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Weren't the dire wolves that we first fought, didn't they have the red paint? Didn't they have the red paint on them?
I thought it was the druids that had the paint, wasn't it?
Right, but they were
The dire wolves were the
wolves.
druids. The wargs were the ones that weren't druids, and they also had the red paint. It seemed to denote something.
It's like, did the owls have red paint too?
They did.
Yes. So clearly they're being called by an entity. My best guess is the Wild King.
An entity that resides within the Witherwood.
Do we really want to fall for this? I think if we
I-
go out there, we risk a lot.
I feel like if we follow, as much as it would suck to not have our horses, if we follow, we might fall into a trap.
I'd rather just not have horses.
But we
Alright.
can't let Doffel go.
I don't think we should go.
I don't
think
either.
so.
I think it
I
looks
feel
like a
like
trap.
we would be led astray. 'Cause-
7. As a note, I'm not sure if this has been obvious enough yet because there were some changes made. You know this forest.
Oh, God. Okay, I really don't want to go in there.
Oh yeah, it's pretty bad in there.
Do you know a lot about the Witherwood?
This place is very familiar, but my memory is fading of exactly where this place is. It's very clouded.
Why?
What would I know
I can't
from
say.
my travels within it?
I mean, it's I mean, it's a typical deep dark forest. I mean, it's not cursed or corrupted by any means, but I mean, all manner of creatures and beings live within this forest that are not necessarily favored by the other humanoids and beings that live within the wilds, within the continent. A lot of these creatures call the Witherwood home. I mean, it's expansive. There's a lot to it. I mean, there's things you would probably know and not. Is there anything specific that you're...
Not really, I guess.
Okay.
Like, is there any like specific creature I'd like know to avoid from like the huntings that I
Plenty.
visit? Okay. We should just avoid going through there. I've been there sometimes, and it was not fun to say the least. And also, if we go in there, I don't want to get possibly found out by other hobgoblins.
Did they all live there or something?
No, the hobgoblin I know don't live in there, but they go through it for missions and things like that.
Together, like resources and stuff?
Kind of, you can say resources in a way.
How far are the horses from the edge of the forest?
They're going into the edge of the forest. They're entering the forest as you guys are sitting there talking.
Yeah, I think they are too far gone now.
Yeah, they're probably long gone.
Well, I think that we should probably rest now. I mean, we kind of interrupted it, and I don't want to be exhausted tomorrow.
I agree. Let's go back.
Let's go back to sleep.
All right.
That
Head
sucks.
Big oof.
So you head back and rest as well as you can for the evening. And the next day picks up. You awake. No horses today. Ah.
Well, I mean, I'm fine.
That's great. Guess we'll walk.
Yeah, let's just start walking.
Okay.
How many days travel are we now? Because we've had
Probably like 2.
3
yeah,
on
because we're
horseback.
we've had 3 on horseback.
Probably-
So do we need
right, you said
2 or
6
3?
days.
Yeah, you've got about 2 more.
Yeah.
Four.
Now that
Mhm.
we're on foot, yeah, that makes sense.
Well,
Okay.
now I'm gonna keep an extra fucking careful watch out because it seems like this is, make us more vulnerable.
I'm keeping a close eye on Tux.
All right. Is there anything you'd like to do for that day's travel? Since you are no longer on horseback, you're kind of traveling at a pace.
Well,
What do you? Would you like?
I'll leave if
Yeah.
I can.
Was there something specific you want to do? Just work on that same. Okay.
Since I imagine we're still being followed.
Make perception check if that's what you're looking
It's like
out
just-
for.
I would just make him do the same, like, catching, trying to catch certain things.
Okay.
So
Allie
sticks,
starts to pick it up. Yeah.
rocks.
Starts to catch
But-
catch more than drop.
Catch more than drop? Okay,
Mhm.
well, then catch and then point it like the wit, because I want Ali to go drop a rock onto wit.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
Ow.
Do it. You're walking one of these days, and all of a sudden there's this in the back of your head, and you look up, and Allie just swoops over, and you turn, and Vlad's laughing behind you.
Ali used rock throw.
It was
Hey.
super effective.
Down to 30 HP now.
Since everyone's walking, I'm
You
gonna
take
give Thor a break.
8d6 of damage as Allie drops a
Damn.
fireball on your ass.
Ellie's fucking amazing.
Huh?
Whoa.
I'm giving Thor a break, and I'm gonna walk and not be on top.
Title of your sex tape.
Hello?
So Thor just walks alongside you all,
Do you want me to make a perception check?
if you'd like to.
I'm keeping an eye out.
Yep.
For sure.
My sister.
Sure, you can make a separate. Doesn't matter.
I'm going to
Can
be
take
looking
advantage.
for
Okay, I'm gonna guidance myself.
plants along the way.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
23.
23.
Mhm.
You don't notice the owls.
So they would just stop to the
Those
horses, maybe?
motherfuckers.
3.
3.
Yeah.
Unless
It all
the
looks
owls are also
like
lured.
shrubs and grass.
Yeah,
Nothing
that's fair.
stands out as being something that might be useful for anything.
You guys, I feel like this is a perfect time.
Time for what?
Veracity or challenge?
It's been a while.
First? Who wants to go first?
Well, I asked Kaya a question last time, and
So maybe Kaya, you get to
Initiation.
you get to ask whoever you want, veracity or challenge, if you want.
you don't have to if you don't want to.
No, I don't really have anything.
All right, who wants to go?
Someone else go.
Nix, you seem pretty excited to play. It seems
Yeah.
like
I love
you'd
this
like
game.
to.
Nix, how about you start? You're always so good at starting this game.
All right.
Twist my leg.
Who do I want to ask?
She has a whole printed sheet of paper.
I
Oh,
have
yeah, she's
two
got questions
printed
for all of
sheets
you.
of paper.
Are they double-sided?
No, they will be one day. 7. Veracity or challenge.
Veracity.
Oh, well, that was unexpected.
Has to flip the page. Whoa.
Let us see. Sorry, I'm trying. I want to pick the best one.
Where are you from?
Who's your mom? What's my mother's name?
What would make you give up being an adventurer? Got him.
Well, what would make me give this up?
Yeah.
Once I find what I'm looking for.
You know, I guess I should have expected.
Vague.
And yeah, vague.
Second in
vague
line is
answer.
taking an arrow to the knee.
All right, well, that
Maybe
was
that's
uneventful.
what
It's your
he
turn.
Nailed it.
Got it. All right.
Devon, your turn.
All right. Nix, veracity or challenge?
Challenge.
Ooh, I like this.
I
Challenge.
thought this was party game, not two-player game.
Co-op.
Let's go.
Ready, player 2.
You know, when I was younger, I never got to play either.
Okay, Nix. In, let us say, when the next full moon comes up, whichever one of us has more gold by the next full moon, if you happen to have more gold than me, I will tell you a secret.
So, what do I have to do?
You just have to beat my gold count
By the next full moon?
by the next full moon.
Ooh, I like this challenge. All right.
but I mean,
Okay.
it should be the other way around too. If you have more
and-
gold than her,
But if I have more gold than you, I get to ask you one thing, and you have to answer truthfully.
All right.
Oh,
this is like a veracity and challenge all
That's
in
fine.
one.
The stakes are cool. I like it.
Hey, if you
Perfect.
tell me a secret, I'll give you gold. And the other way around.
Do it try to get rid of it. I'll give you one gold piece if you eat this pine cone.
Shout out to Zach.
Wait, we're not Zach.
Snort salt for a gold piece. Eat a leaf for a gold piece.
Done. Just no, it's a
Perfect.
copper.
All
yeah,
right,
copper.
all right, all right.
Copper, yeah.
Right.
All right. Do you want to keep playing or no?
Yeah.
want
Does
to
anybody else want to play?
I want to
We're
play.
all standing
I think we
right
all
here,
want to
walking
play.
incredibly bored.
Okay. Well, I've already gone, so somebody else can go.
No, I mean, that's how game go. You ask other
It's
questions.
your turn again.
Alrighty.
You're the one that came up with the rules of the game.
Well, it's not a hard or complicated game. You know, you guys don't have to. You can start playing whenever you want to.
Oh, it's just not same.
Well, I don't need to be here. Let us see.
Is that the devil?
Hello, Satan.
Respect.
For the listeners, Mason was holding up 3 dice that said
Vlad.
666.
Dad?
Vlad, veracity or challenge?
Well, last time apparently I took the challenge way too far. Veracity.
Oh, That's right, you did. I did not specify anywhere that you had to have sex with her. That
It
was
was
not
part
at
of
all.
the challenge.
No, it was not.
Out.
That was not specified. That was a decision of your own
What is
making.
your criteria for a date?
Yeah.
It's different from
anything with
Vlad's.
Vlad.
I remember
I just said that
it
you
was
had to ask her on the date. It did not mean that you had to go on the date or have sex with her. None of that was
Or
implied.
chicken brown cow.
No, that was all part of the challenge.
Okay.
No, it was a good one. It was kind of like the standard, you know? Like, nobody's going to beat that. Right?
Probably right. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, veracity. Aside from Brilda, can't be Brilda. We're talking, you know, before you woke up.
With your dick in the dead.
Yes, of course. Who was your first love? And tell us about them.
Oh.
Well, Brilda, I woke up.
I said it can't be
After
Brilda.
that, what do you mean? I don't remember any before that.
Okay, fine.
You can't roll a history check.
History check on my lover. This isn't my shit to make up.
All right. Can I ask a different question?
Yeah,
What fear keeps you up at night?
fucking snakes. Fuck those things.
Why snakes? What happened with the snakes?
Okay, good. Fuck those guys. They make me think like I have things I don't have. It's weird.
Have things like what?
What do you mean? You didn't have snakes in your head?
No.
Did you see me? Just freak out with snakes, and then all of a sudden they weren't even like there.
No.
They cast like an illusion on him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They-
Like I'm scared I run away from
Not
them.
me.
I can't get away from them, and then they're not even real.
Okay, can't relate.
Also, a new standard for veracity.
Fucking snakes.
All right, Vlad, it's your turn.
I picked the wit.
Challenge.
I challenge you to go climb up the tallest tree
Oh
here.
God.
God, we have to take a detour. Fuck.
Yeah, the biggest tree. Where is it? Can you see it? Where that one?
That one.
There's a
That
pretty
one.
tall. Yeah, he points one out.
Climb that one to the top.
All
I want
right,
to see.
here I go.
Make an acrobatics check.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20.
20.
Shit.
Why he did it?
Do climbs in secret.
Do it. Be nimble. Do it. Be quick. Do it. Climbs the fuck up that tree.
Nice.
That's a kid's.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, Vlad, you're so
The
small.
partner to go the fuck to sleep.
Okay, it's your turn.
The book will be narrated also by Samuel Jackson.
Can I
Or
backflip
wait, Morgan
off
Freeman.
and featherfall?
Nah, Samuel Jackson. Sure, man.
Yeah, cool.
He doesn't know how else to get down.
It doesn't take him long, and he just like hops up the tree and then backflips off the top. And there's a moment where you guys are like, and then he just drifts down and lands, gives you a bow.
Oh, that was quite
Wow.
cool.
Do we all get an inspiration die?
Show off. Roll initiative.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Wait. Everyone's fighting the wit and his cool moves.
Kaya, veracity or challenge?
Challenge.
Do what I just did.
Make an acrobatics check.
Ooh, and I get advantage.
Yes,
do the
you do.
backflip too. That's the most important part.
That would be really
Without
funny if you
featherfall.
don't do it.
Who knows if I'll cast it or not?
It's a secret.
Will he have your back?
Okay. 21.
Oh.
As nimbly, if not more so,
Bullshit.
Kaya easily hops up the branches in less time, just barely makes it to the top. You're gonna backflip off.
Yep. And I'll use slow fall.
Oh,
Wow. Shit. I still cast it though and think it's me.
Kaya lands and gives a bow.
You're
Wow,
welcome.
that was quite cool too.
Slappy golf claps.
Slappy golf claps.
Wait.
Clap.
If she casts slow fall and he casts feather fall, does she just like? Is it painful watching
She stops midair.
Is it just
Take it down.
painfully slow? Just
Get a lasso her back
It
down.
lasts so long. She's just
It's like if the video game glitches and they're just like,
Grand Theft Auto.
yeah, I
but-
just did the GT.
Yeah, that's what's happening. Are you guys gonna continue? Gonna go another round?
It is your turn.
Alright. Irfan. Veracity or challenge?
veracity.
Why did you look at my eyes?
Oh.
Oh,
You have 8 eye holes.
sorry, that wasn't cool. Shouldn't have said that.
Wow.
That was amazing, though.
It's fine.
Just talked about this.
Well, I had to confirm something that I was told by the Citadel.
Confirm what?
That is another question.
oh yeah, you only get one question.
Fine.
But,
Fine.
Wow. The maliciousness.
I will answer. I was told to seek someone fitting your exact description, but I couldn't confirm anything with the eyes until then. I have been told to protect you. I don't know why. But that is what I was told.
You need protection or something?
No.
Oh,
I've made it this
sorry.
way.
Damn.
Well, he said it. I just, you know.
I mean, I appreciate it, but I mean, I've done well on my own.
Fair. I need protection. That's why I'm lad.
Oh well.
That's why I have Valley.
Thanks for answering my question.
Irfan, you gonna go?
It's
Or...
now your turn.
Let's
Seven.
keep walking.
Yeah, we're still
We're
walking.
still walking,
We're
of
going.
Oh yeah.
After you
You
guys
guys
are
didn't
done,
just
we're just
stop.
Well, at the tree we did.
7.
Ah, fair.
Veracity or
Okay.
challenge?
Challenge.
I did earphone under. Fuck.
I didn't think I'd get this far. Do the same thing that DeWitt and Kaya did.
Jesus. Now you're just being boring. You have to come up with something new.
Well, this is fun because he's a bird.
No, that's fucked up because he's a bird. That can't.
Better.
Yeah, funny. He can't fly.
Fly.
He's very sensitive about it.
Yeah.
Is there fun blushing?
Always.
Just red.
He's always blushing.
Do you paint yourself with spray paint or?
Are you sick or something?
Are you sunburned? You should get that checked out.
How many gold pieces is it that I give?
50.
50.
It's 50, right?
Yeah.
You sure you want to do that?
Absolutely not. I'm gonna claim this
I'll
3.
inspire you.
That's cheating.
Oh, you're right. Just a good song.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's do it. Let's inspire him.
18.
18. It takes 7 a little bit longer, but he also climbs up the tree. Backflip off.
No, of course not.
That was the challenge.
No, the challenge.
I
is
front
slap
flip off.
Okay.
through.
7 front flips and tries to flat round.
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Cast fly on him.
Do you?
Yep.
He can fly. He
I'm
can
so
fly.
sad by this irony.
7 than you.
I've been waiting.
Dude, same.
Fucking,
I fly next to Owly.
This is so sad.
I love how you're all of you are like, no, do something different. I'm like, no.
you front flip off, and all of a sudden, this weightlessness overtakes you. You spread your wings.
And you learn to fly.
I feel like he has the Peter Pan. You can fly, you can fly.
You guys watch Seven start to plummet, and then glide up and start to fly next to
I
Owly.
missed the ground.
Yeah, he
Oh, that's
starts to fall
cool.
towards the ground and just swoops up.
I got the reference.
That's even cooler.
Oh shit! I thought he couldn't fly.
We'll see.
Do you fly for a while?
Oh
Or
no, I come back down.
he glides back down and lands and does a very exaggerated bow.
Easy.
We're playing another round. Are we going? What are we doing?
Poor Tail and I.
Well,
I mean, I don't care to have another turn, so if somebody wants my turn, by all means.
Maybe we should just keep going.
so you walk
I hope
So much walking.
in awkward silence.
I
the
hope to
rest
play
of
one
the
day.
Well, you can play it right now.
Oh yeah, yay! How do I play?
Ask somebody veracity
Oh,
or
I
challenge.
don't want to ask people.
Tell veracity
No,
of
they
challenge.
get to choose.
Oh yeah, veracity.
Yeah, that one.
Veracity?
That word sounds cooler.
No.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. I said veracity, Tail.
Veracity.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, say challenge.
Challenge.
Okay, now which one?
Veracity.
Okay, Nix. What do I veracity him?
Ooh. I've got one for him.
Oh,
Do you want me to just ask it?
Yeah.
Okay, you have to tell the truth now,
It was
Tail.
just like,
okay.
Whatever.
All right, this is a good one, so listen up. Why do you save all of that meat and bones and
The parts of the creatures.
just of dead things? Why
Yeah.
do you keep that? And what do you do with it?
Oh, so I do many things with it. They are quite useful. So my teacher showed me how to make use of every single thing. You know, some of the pieces that I collected, it goes in my new weapon. And some of the other pieces I use for like ritual things and other cool things. And I like meat too. That's
What?
Does Valley use any of it?
Oh no, Valley doesn't use any of it.
What does the inside of your what is that?
Hamper sack.
Hamper sack?
It is now.
Yeah, what does it smell like in there? Is it pretty bad?
Oh no, it smells fine. Smells like home.
If you did good, now you get to ask somebody.
Okay, who?
Anyone.
Well,
Okay.
Nimue hasn't gone.
Oh,
Yeah, ask
Nimue,
Nimue.
veracity or challenge?
Veracity.
Okay. What next? What question?
Okay, you guys have to start, trying
Okay,
to-
I'll try next time.
Okay,
I need
okay,
example.
okay. What's the biggest lie you ever told?
What's the biggest lie you ever told?
I mean, I think you all know my biggest lie. I mean, now you know the truth, but I've been lying about that for as long as I've known any of you.
I'm sorry, I should have asked a different
Where'd you get your shield?
There we go.
My mother gave it to me.
Oh, when like you were born or something?
Yeah, I arrived on the doorstep, my father's doorstep, in it.
Oh, really?
That's cool. I got my shield from friend Cobalt.
I know, it was very exciting.
Yeah, I miss my other shield. Sometimes.
Then why don't you keep it?
Oh no, because I had to trade things. You know, can't just take. have to give.
Okay. Fair enough.
Did your mom like leave a note with you or anything?
She did.
What did it say?
Good luck.
It basically, well, it was a note to my father, but
Oh.
I keep it. But it basically just said, "Sorry, can't keep her."
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I couldn't be raised on the elemental plane of water. It's looked down upon. Especially in the courts there. So, and I love my father, so I'm happy to have been raised by him. But, anyways, it basically just said that, and it asked him to name me after her. That's where I got my middle name.
What is your middle name?
Amaria.
Oh, that's cool. I
Thank
don't have middle name.
It's not very common. It's probably not in your tribes, at least.
No. Was
No.
that Maria?
Amaria. Amarilla.
Amarillo?
Armadillo?
Yellow?
Amaretto?
Yeah, all of those are correct.
Wait, if your name's Yellow, why are you blue?
My eyes are yellow. Well,
Oh,
they're gold.
One
but
of my eyes are gold.
I see that.
Yeah.
But the gold isn't actually, it's a family trait from the Dark Groves, my father's side of the family.
Oh.
Oh, that's cool.
Interesting.
Lots of my family have golden eyes.
I know they do.
Are we related?
No, not in
Okay.
any way. Mine are a little darker than yours.
Oh. Okay.
They're not quite yellow. They're more of like a deep gold.
Interesting.
Anyways, yes, that's mostly the contents of the letter. Basically just asking him to look after me.
Oh, I'm glad you have good relation with your father.
Yeah, he's always been there for me. I love my father.
Okay.
Do you want to keep playing?
No, I don't really have anything to ask any of you.
All right.
Nothing for any of us?
Well, I do, but
You don't have question for me?
I have lots of questions for you.
Oh, why don't you ask one?
Well,
Yeah.
I think that maybe we should
wait
just
a minute.
keep
You don't
walking.
have something you want me to do?
That's how you know we've been playing for way too long.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Time to continue.
So eventually you walk and the sun sets. And you all set up camp again for the evening. Who's taking the first watch?
I will. Again.
Say, oh, just kidding. Nope. I'm going to bed.
I'll take the watch.
Okay.
I'm just gonna send a message to Lorenzo. I'm not gonna say what it is though. I'm just sending him a message like every day if I have the spell slots.
Cute. Okay.
Do you want to do some reading?
Just keeping him updated.
Keep in touch.
Yes, I do.
Have a great
Make an
summer.
intelligence check.
Hags.
Hot girl summer.
20.
Is that like
It's the
3 tonight?
Mhm.
Yeah. The writing. I mean, the writing's become this evening. The writing has become a lot easier to pick up, and you start to kind of pick up the flow of words and how the letters are spaced, and still, you're still learning, but you're learning quickly.
Damn, Nix. Who taught you how to teach and who taught you how to teach?
Aylar.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. He taught me a lot.
You guys must be pretty good friends.
Yeah. I've known him
Yes.
for a long time.
So he calls them on his sending stone.
Late night.
I think about that song way too much.
I thought about it a few times this week.
It's too good.
Okay, what time with Owly time?
All right.
I want to throw a stone at.
Owly time.
I want to throw a stone at Airfon this time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it's
rude.
night.
You toss a stone up, and Irfan, you're kind of sitting there getting ready for bed. Stone just hits you in the back of the head.
I just instantly.
Put his,
give up.
put his
I give
finger
up.
guns up to the air.
I surrender.
Where is it?
He shoots out the lights. And
With the
tiny
fire
hat.
nearby, you don't see Owly.
God damn it.
But you do hear Vlad laughing.
My cheeks hurt.
It's been a funny session.
Been
All
a
right.
nice
Anything else
break.
anyone wants to do, or shall we jump into the watch?
I think I'm good.
Roll me perception checks. You two on watch.
Guidance.
4.
25.
25.
I'm just happy someone asked me a question. So.
So you both are sitting there, and it kind of gets to that point of like, not awkward quiet, but just like that comfortable silence. And you both are staring out into the wilderness around you. And Nimue, as you're gazing around, Tail, you're kind of just looking at not the right places, looking at everything, and get focused on your weapon and like poofing it in and out of your hand. You'll just like throw it and it pops back, and almost like playing fetch with yourself.
Sounds about right. I throw it, then I misty step towards going, and I catch it.
Tail's literally just like,
As many spell slots as he has.
yeah. Nimue, you're watching, and your gaze drifts down, and you see a few squirrels start to like make their way into your camp. And
They
then
have red paint.
you see like some raccoons. No, there's no red paint, but you see them start to make for your equipment and like bags and stuff that you have laid out. You notice this.
Well, I mean, all of our stuff is in the. At least as much of it is
Not your stuff
my stuff.
that
I'm gonna
you have on your person.
Shoo 'em away.
And you start to shoo them away, and they like back off, and then kind of aggressively, not like attacking, but aggressively start to make for like your bag, and you keep like shooing them off, and more critters start to come around. Mice,
Holy
raccoons.
I'm just gonna pull
Squirrels.
Tail back into the
Tent.
hut. Yeah.
Okay. You pull back into the hut and in there, and you can see like amassing around you squirrels,
Thor,
raccoons,
can you
mice.
growl
There are
at them?
hawks. The owls come by, and you can see the owls with the striped feathers and things gathering around.
Hey, Thor, can you yell at them? Or growl at them?
There's another like, and the creatures kind of scatter a little bit.
Does that wake us
Slowly start to, yeah. You guys are awake at this point. These critters start to
There
scatter
are
back.
animals attacking.
He's not lying.
It kind of just looks like they're gathering.
No, they're definitely trying to get our stuff.
Grab our things.
I'm
Are
holding
there
on to
any like
Tux.
things like still just left on the ground, or do
I
we
think-
grab all of our stuff?
I think we try to keep most of our stuff in the hut.
Oh,
Like, we're not idiots. Especially since we don't have horses to keep them
Yeah,
up
they
anymore.
I mean, they can't get in, but you can see the hut is surrounded by all manner of woodland beings.
There's a woodland being.
It's Shadow. You pet him in the wrong place, and he goes meow.
Hey, Thor, I thought you said to leave those weird druids alone, but do you think we should still leave them alone? What are they doing?
Nothing of note.
They're
You don't think
ruining
this
my
is anything of
sleep.
note? Oh wait, I can't understand.
Nope.
What?
Oh, it's hanging a little bit.
Well, like all of our things are still in here, so I mean, I sent message to one of the bird Shadow.
That's one weird sounding animal.
One of the raccoons.
One of the
throws
raccoons.
up.
Start chanting.
Coughing up hair. No, it's the cat coughing up hairballs.
Jesus.
Tux, not right now.
You can see, yeah, Tux is like on the outskirts of the like heckles raised and just like crouched up like.
I use
In the
my
tent, right?
I use my primeval awareness to read all of their intents, which like just all the critters.
Their intents are to steal.
I want to send message to one of the flying druids. I'd be like, hey, I thought we were just leaving each other alone. Why are you doing this? It's kind of annoying.
You get the feeling that your message was delivered, but the owls that I'm assuming you're sending this to aren't druids. They're owls.
I thought you said there were things like running with like red paint on them.
Yeah.
No.
The owls have
they're
red
just
paint
owls.
on them.
Well, this is stupid.
I'm gonna cast Major Image, and I'll make a giant one of those owls with red marks, and I'll have it screech loudly into the air as like a warning to leave.
Okay. So you guys watch this image kind of form from mist start to take shape, and this large owl appears before the tiny hut. And just, I'm not even going to screech because it would just be painful for the mics, but this large owl screech, and the critters back away a little bit, start to reform.
Oh, now there's another big one.
He's coming to get you, Tail. Watch out!
Well, this is just.
And then I'll have
stupid.
it like just swoop around and like threaten to dive on them and stuff like that.
They don't seem to scatter.
As it's diving, can I cast like a shatter above me or something to make a?
Above you?
Yeah, well, just like in the air above the tiny hut, so it doesn't hit anything.
Okay, sure.
I don't want to kill them.
Yeah, so there's a above the hut, and the creatures at this point start to scatter away.
Oh, they're staying
And
away
they
for
don't
good?
come back.
Not that you can see.
Oh, they
Everybody
are just
check your
being so
belongings.
annoying.
Yeah, let's all check that we all have our all of our
Nothing
stuff.
seems to be missing. You seem to have caught them before, anything like that.
How does
Heard.
Tux look?
Pissed off, and yeah, still like Heckles up, pacing around the edge of the tiny hut.
Well, at least we're almost close to town.
Yeah, only one more day, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is weird.
Yeah. I agree.
We'll keep all our belongings inside hut, then we will be okay.
All right.
Is there any like ley line energy around us?
Make an Arcana check.
13.
Nothing specific seems to suggest that that would be something that you're standing on. Okay. Is anyone taking a second watch after this? You both stay in the hut till the end of your watch.
yeah, I think
kinda
that we should
waiting.
stay in the hut.
You don't
for our
notice any of the
watches.
creatures come back. You can, well, yeah. You don't notice any of the creatures come back.
Okay.
Is anyone taking a second watch, or are you all just kind of
I'll go on second watch.
okay?
I will
Alright.
also go on the second watch.
All right, three of you. All right.
And I'm gonna concentrate. I think it's for 1 minute. Might
Uh-huh.
be 5. Nope. Concentrate for 1 minute to sense any of my favorite enemies within 5 miles. Which
Humanoids.
are humanoids and fiends.
Okay.
I mean, I know you know.
You
who I'm
sense
looking for.
one humanoid figure, not extremely close, but
Only
around the area.
one within 5 miles.
Within 5 miles?
Yeah, it's-
Oh, there's plenty within 5 miles,
Oh,
but close to you,
there's one.
there's one.
Does it give a direction?
Let's see. Hold on. I know it says general direction and distance. So not exact, but just general.
Yeah, just not extremely close to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I make note of it and I let these two know about it as
Alright.
well.
Make your perception checks, the three of you then, if you're taking this.
Nice.
Big old 5.
18.
16.
All right. You don't notice anything. There's a few creatures that kind of skitter by, like some squirrels. It'll skitter by and stop and look in your direction. You can continue going about their business, whatever business squirrels have.
Nuts.
Nut bearings. 1,000.
Other than that,
Take over
your watch
Venezuela.
goes by. The sun starts to rise.
Okay.
Alright.
Anyway, can you send messages to Grandma, see why animal acting so weird?
Sure. Sure, I'll send a
Maybe
message
she
to
know
Grandma.
way to prevent weird animal.
I'll send a message to Grandma.
Okay.
Hi, Grandma. Nimue again.
Zuko here.
I just feel the need to announce myself. Okay. All right. Hi, Grandma. Nimue here. Last night, we had a lot of woodland beings coming up to us and trying to steal our stuff. They seem to be controlled by something. Do you have any idea what could do such a thing? Such things?
I think we should end it at such a.
She got my meaning.
The response you get from Grandma is, the Wild King has a way with the natural order and creatures that follow this. It's his control that they follow, his will. I am not surprised.
The Wild King must be watching us.
Hey, if those owls aren't shapeshifters, who cut the reins on the horses?
Do I know how they were cut?
I mean, they just look to be
Like
cut.
Were they cut
Were
like,
they clean?
like clean like a knife, or more like ragged like teeth?
Make an intelligence check.
Oh,
Oh my
boy.
god, I have. Wait,
Now
I'm pretty sure I have
thinking back
advantage on
on it.
these to recall stuff. I'm gonna double check. I do. Well, thank God I do. Oh,
Oof.
Big oof.
you said intelligence, right?
Uh-huh.
10.
Not sure.
They were definitely
They were
severed.
cut. Yeah.
I don't know. All I know is, even if they're druids or not, they're being controlled by the Wild King. And he must be keeping track of us for him to have sent things after us.
Well, yeah.
Do I have any
Okay, no-
idea who the Wild King is? Sorry. Because I know, like, these forests are pretty familiar.
It's nothing that you would have encountered in your time.
Okay.
Hey, Thor, why are you not affected by weird and controlling magic?
I am not sure.
Okay, maybe you are protected like me from our god,
What language are you saying that in?
Goblin. Yeah, I'm gonna announce
Kelda
it.
starts talking in Goblin every once in a while, getting responses from the warg in Goblin.
What you guys talking about?
Oh, I'm just asking questions such as who Wild King is, but he's not entirely sure. And also, we are just becoming better friends.
Didn't he like kind of serve in his army or though? Wouldn't he know something?
He doesn't know much. Never met Wild King before. He was just part of, those.
Ranks. Foot
Yeah.
soldiers.
How do you know he's not being controlled like all the other animals?
I mean, I don't know. He seems pretty truthful, and if he wanted to do something bad, he would have done it by now. And he wouldn't have, helped me kill a lot of those other bad people back at the other place we were at. Respite, something.
It's just worth noting that maybe he hasn't done anything bad because he is a source of information
Well,
I don't
on
know.
whatever we're doing. Just something to consider.
I mean, we've been together. He hasn't done anything weird
We're
or
just
bad.
saying, be cautious, Tail.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Maybe don't
And
tell him too much.
if
Does
you're
he understand common?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
well, as well as him not being affected by it, neither were any of our companions.
Flicker or Alio.
Flicker, Owly, or Tux. None of them were affected
None of them were, right? None of them seemed.
How did you know?
You do make a good point.
So they must have to come into contact or something of the sort. Be controlled by something. It's not just an overarching thing that's controlling everything in the area. There must be something that's coming into contact with these things. So
Well, until we know for sure, I just think that we should be careful about the kind of things we talk about around any animal.
well, that's hard to get away from when the four of you keep them by your side at all times.
I understand. I'm just saying let's just be careful until we find out more information.
I agree.
On this last day of travel, is there anything else you guys would like to do, talk about?
As usual, I just like to keep an eye out.
If we ever need to have a conversation in private,
Guidance.
we can always go into the portable hole.
21.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
21?
the last 10 minutes of that.
Again, you don't notice the owls following. You don't notice anything trailing you.
Nothing's trailing us again today, which is unusual because you'd think after the events of last night.
They're trying to make us feel safe, I feel like.
Maybe they're trailing at a safer distance. I'm not just looking for owls. I'm also looking at the ground.
Yeah.
Shit like that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I want to look for plants again.
Okay. Investigation check.
You're trying to lull us into a false sense of security.
But we're almost to
Natural one.
Midcross. We'll get there by the end of the day, right?
You don't
Fuck
find
plants.
anything of use. Yeah.
All things are balanced.
The tracks of the orc army like branched off and went into the Witherwood the second it became like on the third day. They branched off and went into the Witherwood.
Okay, so I
So
don't
there's
see any
not
more
those to
similar.
follow. Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing on the ground nothing that you see.
We get to Midcross at the end of the day, right?
It'll probably be like first thing in the morning.
Oh.
Not first thing, but like
So we should sleep and then get
Yes.
there first thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
that's like where
If we
yeah.
kept on going, we'd suffer exhaustion or something.
Mhm.
It's like I want to try and drop a stone on Nyx.
It doesn't hit you, Nyx, but as you're kind of, I'm assuming, just during the day, or as you're walking, as you're going, the stone just falls down right in front of you and bounces onto the dirt ground in front of you.
No,
You look up and see Owly.
Game on, Vlad.
Well, Flicker's about to do some fucked up shit.
Drops a snake on him.
Shit.
Face your fears.
Is there anything else any of you would like to do for the day?
Not until night.
I'm good.
Okay. So you set up camp for this last evening.
Should we take extra precautions tonight? They seem to be doing things at night.
Well, I think that we should all just be inside of the hut when we're taking watches. Nobody should be outside at all during the night.
I like that plan.
So I think that's probably the smartest.
All right, who's taking first watch?
I will.
I'll take first watch as well.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll send a message to Lorenzo and ask him about if he heard anything about. What did I ask him?
Yes, what were specifically the questions?
I asked him about ley lines crossing near Midcross and about blackened dead spots or huge vines on ley lines.
Okay. Are you sending a specific message or just
No,
asking
I just
about
general.
them?
I was
Okay.
just asking him if he got any words back
Gotcha.
about that kind of stuff.
So you get a response from him and he says, so from what I'm told, these blackened spots you speak of are bruises or injuries to the ley lines. As for ley lines in Midcross, it just depends on the intersecting lines. I'm sorry I don't have more for you. Nothing specific on the city.
Okay.
That's it.
While Nix and I are taking a watch, I'll tell her about that.
Okay.
What that means.
Yeah,
Hey,
make your-
Seven, do you want me to look in your mind a little bit more?
You can try, but I can pretty much guarantee you won't find anything.
Fair. Do you know
Though
what,
I would hope
what
you
does
would.
your mom mean to you? Or mother with the bear? Does that mean anything?
Oh, it means a lot.
Like what?
I can't say.
I'll look into his mind.
At that moment?
Yep.
Okay. Are you allowing him to do the deeper
I'll
probe?
allow him.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow
I'll
it.
allow it. Sorry, I gotta remember exactly what it is that you...
Very good. You know, I wish there are times that recently I wish I could tell you some things.
No, I believe you can't.
So you
But-
just can't remember? Hazy?
Yes. It's a good way to describe it.
Is it
What
that
is
you-
it that's causing
So-
the haze?
I'm not gonna whisper this one, because after I whispered the last one, it seems more fun to just say it out loud. So when you delve deeper into his thoughts as you're asking him this question, again, there's that fogginess. Like Seven's trying to remember and trying to pull forth these thoughts specifically for you to look at, and there's like almost a visible fog in your mind of these things in his mind. He still has that kind of ever-present fear, not cowardice, but just this anxiety surrounding. Yeah, sorry, like this anxiety surrounding these subjects, and that kind of large looming thing is almost this worry over family.
Well, did you get anything good? I can't say it was much, but
Yeah, I don't think I'll. Well, maybe one day I'll get more.
yes, maybe one day.
But I think if we keep trying,
Yes, maybe.
I don't know. Has anyone ever looked into your mind before?
Nope.
Have you had a hard life?
Oh, yes, I have.
Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe we should do some ceremony or something.
Oh, that would be very interesting.
Yes.
I'm quite curious as to what it can do.
Do you want to do a ritual with me?
Hmm.
You know, it doesn't take much on your part, just some blood.
I don't think you would want my blood.
Oh, it's not me who wants it.
It's not
That's
very
weird.
reassuring.
Yeah. Hey, mine's you can keep all your blood in mine. You don't have to give me any of that.
Speaking of ceremony, I do have a question for you, DeWitt.
Yeah.
You know, the whole thing with the purple oceans and
Mhm.
the trees. I don't even really remember the second one. Was that the only thing that you saw? And what?
I saw my
information did
family.
you- Oh, I mean that's nice.
Yeah. They seem to be okay.
You have
Gives me
family?
comfort. Yeah, I have lots of family.
Oh, that's cool.
Big families are nice.
Hmm.
Do you know them well?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up with them. Known them for 20 years.
Oh, that's cool.
You're only 20?
I'm 21.
Oh, I'm 22.
You are quite young.
I'm 23.
Wow, all of you are quite young.
Of
I am
course.
14.
You're 14?
Yeah, but
Yes.
Kenkus live different lifespans than we do.
How many-
14.
Yes, I am 14.
How much is that in bird years?
14.
Oh, perfect.
But anyways, I was wondering if you got any answers from that. Like, is that? Well, I'm wondering if if that's where you're going to be able to find what you're looking for, the medicine,
You know,
or is it just like
when you
a
see
step?
those things, it's like spooky, you know? It's like they don't want to give you an answer directly because it's almost like it would impede your journey.
So do we need to go there?
I'm think so. I can't imagine why they show me that. And then when we talk to your mom, she's like, hey, that really exists. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So.
you're right.
I don't know. I don't believe in coincidence.
You guys have some really weird numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, says you.
Well, how are you
Number?
supposed to be 21 and how are you supposed to be 22?
What do you mean?
How do you make 23?
That's how many years we've lived.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many?
What makes your year?
Oh, so when the day go by, then more days go by. That a year sometime.
Oh, days go by and
Yeah.
makes a year?
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely like a lot of days then. and
Yeah,
years,
yeah,
so-
that's
Oh,
true.
I can tell.
So after a certain number of days go by, that makes a year. And so if you've lived a certain number of years, you can say that you're that many years old.
I am at least 400 days old.
God.
I agree.
Wow, he almost slipped up. He almost said 400
Almost. Almost there.
So close. Damn it.
we were so close. I know. I was like, oh shit.
400 years. Shit. Yeah.
As you're all conversing,
This is at night, right?
yes,
Yes.
I need
fuck.
I need those of you with animals to make wisdom saving throws for me. Nix, Earfon,
Don't
the lad.
She's in my jacket.
9.
You 3 get +1s. You get a +0 to your wisdom saves.
10. Wait, just a plus, or do I still
It's a
include my
wisdom
negative
saving throw?
modifier?
Yes,
Well, it's for your animal.
it's for your animal.
10.
Oh, it's not for me.
No, it's for your animal, so you get a +1 for Flicker.
17.
Same with Owly and same with Tux.
13.
Oh.
6?
10.
Okay. So you guys are conversing. You watch Owly cleaning himself and head perks up, looks around, takes off, and flies into the darkness. Taylor, you watch Cure laying down, kind of just grooming himself, and again, it stops. The tongue stops like mid on the leg. Looks up and glances around and stands up and starts trekking off into
Hey,
the
where
forest.
are you going?
No reply back.
Okay, I run and I get on top of him and I try to control him away.
Does nothing.
Okay. Well, sorry about this. Then I get off and I lightning lure him towards me.
Okay.
Strength saving throw, DC 14. Can I get some help?
Natural 20.
Oof. Okay. Well, we were friends for some time. I guess that you got affected by whatever it was. You can hit me up in Midcross.
That's one for the bucks.
And Kira and Allie disappear in
But-
the darkness
Tux and Flicker, okay?
by 1.
Wow, that
Wow,
plus one
That
really
plus
helped.
1.
Holy shit.
Well,
They don't come back.
I don't have any amount anymore.
I'm so sorry.
I had so many
What was
questions
So-
his name
on.
again?
It's okay. I'm teaching him to scout.
Oh, gods. Severely disappointed.
Reginald!
This was your way of trying to get rid of all of the animal companions in the party, eh?
Well,
I
after
made the
that
DC
happened-
very low for that reason.
After that happened, I'm gonna go inside the hut and I'm gonna huddle in a corner and I'm gonna do a little ritual now.
All right.
I'm going to take some of my blood and write something different on my weapon now. I'm
Okay.
going to be. There's no enemy called Wild King. It took one of my companions. It is in the way of my conquest. How do I deal with it?
You speaking in Goblin while you do this?
I'm just writing it
Oh,
and I'm huddled in a corner.
Do we see him doing that?
Make perception check. Well, no, fucking that thing's so small. Yeah, you see Tail huddled in the corner doing this.
Said
Make a
yes.
perception check, though, if you're paying attention to what's happening.
I want to.
Okay.
Cocked.
15.
13.
15 and a 13.
Mm-hmm.
Irfan, as you're watching this, you see Tail writing this in blood onto the blade of his chakram. You watch the blood almost start to sizzle and then dissolve into the blade.
I walk
Tail.
over and I cut my hand and I let some blood drip onto it.
If I see him doing that, I'm gonna immediately pull my blade away from him.
He pulls the blade away from you, and as you do, Tail, you feel that ever-present energy from your shoulder kind of radiate out into your chest and start to expand, almost in acknowledgement of this new threat. And that's where we're going to end this week's session.
Oh my god.
Damn it!
Just wanted to help.
Jesus.
Well, gotta find Owly again.
Great.
I made it so low. I didn't want it to happen, but it's fucking...
Rip Owly.
I get advantage.
No.
No, Ali flew away.
Thank you again for listening, everyone. Sorry. Thank you for listening. If you want to follow our shenanigans throughout the week, please check out our Instagram at CritSeekers. We will have some
Crit Seeker.
interesting posts to keep you occupied through your week until our next episode. And we will see you on Monday. We love you all. Hope you have an amazing week. And we'll be back with a new episode soon. Thanks again for listening to this week's episode of Crit Seekers. If you're still craving more from the gang, give us a follow on social media. Our Instagram and Twitter handles are at Crit Seekers. There you'll find memes, character art, audio clips, and more to keep you satisfied until next episode. If you've enjoyed everything you've heard so far, please do us a huge favor and head on over to podchaser.com and give us a review. It will really help us out. New episodes are posted every Monday at 6 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Enjoy your week, and remember, friends who crit together, stick together.